Hello, Gearheads, and welcome to the Blind Mike Project. Make sure you go to blindmike.net for all your Blind Mike needs. What's that you say? blindmike.net. On today's show, Blind Mike and Craigers ponder, what is really wrong with these podcasters? First up, Tim Dillon goes up against corporate news dinosaur CNN, and he finds out. Brendan Schaub, who now goes by Coach Gringo Poppy, gets ejected from his child's Little League game. Finally, an event that won't let him strike out for 90 minutes straight. Plus, Steel Toe and Rekieta are both wishing they were slurping on each other's dockets, instead of being on the dockets that they are literally on. And finally, Keanu. I don't know what she did, but honestly, she probably doesn't know either. And now, your host, a man with his finger on the pulse of who's who in comedy, but not in chat rooms, Blind Mike Geary.
Boy, Electra really exploring the space with the intro this week.
I like it.
Really riffing in there.
I like the riffs.
What's really wrong with these podcasters? Well, that's fun. We're back, everybody. It's the King of the Left and the QAnon Prince back together again. How are you, pal?
I need photoshops of you on the wildlings as the King of the Left.
King of the Left. We're back, everybody. Everyone will be very excited. Craig is here.
For like 4 minutes.
There's a war. There's a war surging between the Craigophiles and the Daylords. It's a constant battle in the comments section. And I think I can shed a little light on this. Hopefully add a little clarity. Because I notice in the comments, if someone's complaining about either Craig or Casey Day, they're always very mad at my co-host. They say, your co-host is this, your co-host is that. Don't think of them that way. They're lowly button pushers. If you minimize what they do, they won't consume so much of your mind. They won't bother you as much, you know?
I run the show.
Don't think of them. Yeah, well, Craig created the show, as he always says.
We have someone, not us, saying that, so I guess I do.
They're not co-hosts. Craig has sent me one story in 5 years, and it's made everyone think I vote. So he doesn't. It's not an equal participation in this show.
Yeah.
Are you all moved in?
Kind of. I'm currently in my dining room because
Craig's for those of you outside of Boston. When I was a boy, I believe it was Manny Ramirez that like 3 different times got out of things because he said his grandmother died. That's kind of like Craig with moving, where like every few weeks he's like, I'm moving.
I'm currently looking out my window at my old place. I can see it.
That's definitely not a man on the run, huh? He's always changing his location.
I'm in the same parking lot, basically.
I don't know where he is. It's like Jesse Pinkman at the basement of the arcade.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked Craig where he was moving. He said right up to the edge.
Shut up.
Well, it's good to have you back, pal.
It's good to be back.
Well, first order of business, before we get into anything, we have to address something, a little earworm I heard this weekend. Should this be in the outro? Typically, things in the outro they're characters that we talk a lot about, but sometimes it's just something like this that I've repeated in my head over and over again. Let me hear this Kevin Harlan clip. I believe this is from the Knicks-Pacers game the other night.
That's what I'm talking about. Good action right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty. Oh my God. All over the place, and here comes Brunson again.
That was it. There's no more I can add to it or anything. I just like hearing Kevin Harlan say that.
I'm wet. I'm dirty.
Can I hear it again?
Absolutely.
It's like you would think that'd be a line he has like in a Matt and Trey movie. Like I'm thinking of Bob Costas saying that his nipples are hard in basketball.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Good action right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty. Oh my
Why does he say it?
God.
I mean, I guess he is Kevin Harlan, so that's just how he talks. But why does he say it in such a Kevin Harlan way? Like he's calling it dunk or something.
I want to know what happened before this that made him
I'm wet. I'm soaking, Reggie, right between the eyes.
I'm wet. I'm dirty. What is the context?
I assume he spilled something on himself. I don't know, but he was very excited, Kevin Harlan. So I think that'll be in the outro. And I'd give it 6 months to a year, or it will never be because I'll just give up on asking.
He does like a announcer voice for household incidents. What? Spills his coffee.
What a spill! I like Kevin Harlan, so yeah, we'll be adding that to the outro. Nothing else to say about it. That was it. Just wanted to play that.
That's all.
We'll see you next week, folks. Go to blindmike.net. If you like hilarity like that, go to blindmike.net to support this program. Why are you laughing? Season finale is coming out this week. We'll take summer will just be bonus episodes. So if you want those bonus episodes, if you need your Why You Laughing fix, become a member on Patreon or YouTube for as little as $5 a month. You get early access, bonus episodes, all kinds of goodies back there on Patreon. So become a member. And on Patreon, you can also get episodes like the one that's up right now, where YouTube bans it globally, which seems harsh for just playing a Nate Bargatze clip. But
is that what it was?
There were a few that got flagged. So that'll be up on YouTube eventually. But if you want it before anyone else, get on that Patreon. And to those of you that complain that Craig isn't here, where are you supporting him? Are you going to verygoodshow.org? Are you constantly whining that Craig isn't here? Are you very good boys yet? Have you gone to verygoodshow.org and subscribed? He never knows if he's doing a podcast, but
it's either support me because you want to, or support me so I leave. You know, make millions, and I'm out of here.
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. Get him up to millions.
Give me millions.
Yeah. So support the boys. We appreciate you guys. And another order of business here is we may have a guest on the show soon. Luis J. Gomez spoke of me this week. This will hopefully having Luis on will finally put to bed that I'm gay. Finally, we can stop saying that, right?
I think if I call you gay once in his presence, he's going to be teeing off on me for the rest of.
Damn it! Luis addressed whether or not he'll be coming on this show, on his show, on the Rattlesnake Hour the other day.
Why isn't this playing?
I don't know.
HACKRIDE Studios, some love from the Blind Mike.
Oh, I forgot it was HACKRIDE. Thank you, HACKRIDE.
He might do his show in
Oh, Craig, before we hear this, hold on. Craig, let me get your take on this. Casey Day's lying about having booked Big J, right? We all believe that.
So he showed me a message, but I don't know. I don't know if it was like an Electra burner, possibly.
Yeah, who was it wasn't Big J Okerson.
Right. It could have been an Electra burner.
It's probably him. It's probably here's what I think happened. He probably does believe he had the conversation, and I think he's having it back and forth with himself in some sort of schizophrenic break that he's had.
There's enough drugs that he forgets who he's talking to.
Yeah. That's what I think. But we'll Big J may not be on this show, but it sounds like Luis will.
Let me start this over.
HACKRIDE Studios, some love from the Blind Mike project crew. Love Blind Mike. I might do his show in Boston.
Seems thrilled.
Well, not only that, I messaged him and he didn't respond. This was his reply.
Oh.
So I just assumed no until I saw this.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to do a show in Boston.
He's very excited. He's hiding his emotions, I'm sure.
June, right? June? Yeah, mid-June. He asked me, I think I'm going to find the time. As long as he can do it around my schedule, I'll do it. I like Blind Mike. I see Blind Mike every year at Skankfest. And this is not gay Blind Mike. This is...
Thank you, Luis. Finally.
I was like wondering why we were playing this, and now I get it.
Finally. Now that'll put an end to it. No one will say it ever again.
No. Super chat if you think Mike's gay right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope I know what I'll hear. It'll be no's across the board.
That's right.
Blind Mike. The original Blind Mike, OG Blind Mike.
See?
Who is a fucking great comedy fan and a good dude, and
yes,
he loves all the shit that we do. So if you love my shit, I'm gonna probably love your shit back. It's that simple, guys. I'm a simple man. I don't need much. If you talk shit to me and you're like, yo, fuck that guy, I'm like, hey, fuck you too. If you love my shit, I'll love you back. If you're indifferent, I'll probably be indifferent about you. That's just a fact.
All right, so it's a pretty low bar, but we've crossed it.
I gotta do his show. Oh my god.
No. I think he's thrilled. He probably had a lot going on on his mind, you know?
If he can do it the minute I say, yeah, I get it.
I'm sure he's very excited to do it. We'll go to him. We'll do whatever he needs to get Luis J. Gomez comfortable and on this program. So stay tuned for that. That's very exciting. But as you heard, not gay. I'm the original. So we can finally put that to bed. Enough shenanigans.
That's definitely the end of it.
Good. Thank God. All right. Should we start with a little something that we discussed last week? You were not here.
Craig. Oh, I heard it though.
You saw the Akeem Woods fiasco?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Akeem Woods was the most frustrating guest in podcast history. It was very annoying. And one thing that Akeem Woods did was constantly inject race to the discussion for some reason.
You know the shirt he's wearing in this video, by the way?
What's that?
I'll tell you when it plays. It feeds into what you're saying right now.
Well, so for those of you that missed it, Akeem Woods was on Zac Amico's podcast. The name Mike Myers came up, and Akeem Woods, for some reason, turned it into a black versus white argument and was like, only white people know Mike Myers. You white people think that we have to know all your stuff. And Zach's just like, nah, it's just a little weird. You didn't know Austin Powers and you're in comedy. I don't know. We don't have to make it a racial issue, but
whatever. Have you ever seen Wayne's World?
Right, SNL, anything. Yeah, Shrek, for God's sake. But Zac Amico was very funny during the exchange, so we played it. And it went semi-viral. And Akeem Woods, certainly for Akeem Woods, it was probably the most attention he's ever gotten. Probably a lot of people in his comments and everything, and he felt the need to address it in this Instagram video last week.
Oh, yeah, what happened? I was asked last minute.
He's wearing a slap your local racist shirt. He's standing with his.
All right, Craig, get over here. Pucker up.
Zach's podcast. And by last minute, I mean, it's a podcast that takes in the morning. They hit me up maybe an hour before. I was asleep, to be honest.
I like how he says that. Like, had I known, I would have done my Mike Myers research and been up to date.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would, as I do every morning, I Google an SNL cast member. And today, wouldn't you know it, alphabetically we got to M. But I didn't have time to do my research. I hate that excuse. See, like, the idea of, I just woke up. Like, if the podcast was at 4 p.m, I would have been tap dancing and juggling, and I would have put on a real performance. But it was at noon. It was too early for me.
Akeem Wahlberg, had I known, the podcast wouldn't have gone down like that.
That's right. Well, Akeem does wake up and he does suicides and wind sprints and all sorts of things at 4 a.m. He hashtags U.S. Marine Corps every morning when he does his workouts. So he is very similar to Wahlberg.
The podcast, I've done a few of Zach's podcasts before. Never had any problems. They've always been cool. It was chill. I get there.
They've never quizzed me. Last time it was Dana Carvey, and that's right in my wheelhouse. So I wasn't expecting this.
If y'all know me, I'm not a pop culture.
You would have known everything about Dana Carvey, every little thing.
I just wish they asked me about the Master of Disguise.
Or also Wayne's World.
I know the other guy from Wayne's World.
Yeah, everyone knows Garth.
When I see, I don't really know what Austin Powers is, but I see clips of it and I think, why is this guy stealing Dana's Lauren impression? It's very annoying.
And that's in general. White pop culture, black pop culture in general. I'm not a pop culture person. I don't do pop culture really. I don't know math either. That was a callback.
We know.
All right. There he is. Someone slap Craig, as the shirt says. I don't. It was not bad. I don't do pop culture, It's just popular culture. So it's basically saying like I don't exist.
Right.
Like I don't. My ears are closed when humans are talking around me.
On the podcast, they start bringing up all these famous white people by name, and I don't know any of them by name.
I gotta say that's a mischaracterization. That's a mischaracterization of what Zach was doing. He did not have a portrait behind him and say, "All right, here are the famous white people. Who can name them?" It wasn't a Where's Waldo of famous whites that Zach is making this guy solve. It was a conversation. Mike Myers' name happened to come up.
If Zac Amico was talking about Liam Neeson, this guy's head would have exploded.
Who is that?
That
black bastard.
He starts yelling and screaming. He posts that video. It goes viral. I thought it was funny the whole time. The host yelling. I wasn't offended. I'm like, cool. He knows how to get views. It is what it is. No ill will towards the host.
I got to defend Zach here. He is not a shock jock.
No.
He knows how to get views. He wasn't looking to do that. He bailed your ass out 15 times with, what's this? Who's that? What's going on here? So explain this to me. Zach was very polite over and over again, and then finally just snapped and yelled, "He's Fraser!" about Kelsey Grammer, which was very funny.
So funny.
Yes, but he goes, Zach knows how to get views, as if Zach was like sensationalizing this or something. It was just a natural, funny thing. He didn't do it to be shocking like Craig does.
But he was.
Right. So, video goes viral, and immediately I start getting racist messages. And here's my thing. If you don't like me...
Show them.
All right, bring your messages up, Craig.
Let's
share your screen.
I bet he has no proof.
No, here's what I'll say. This does annoy me as like a fan of the Gas Digital crew, because I saw in the comments section people saying shit to try to be funny. Like they're just being funny. It's racist messages is a little ridiculous. Like they're trying to be funny, and some of them fail at it, and some of them actually are funny. The one thing I think when I see those comments is you're giving him what he wants. You're giving him enough to twist this into a race. You know what I mean? I
don't think he got enough to warrant this video. That's for sure.
I've been to Skankfest every year since the second one. They're nice people. These are not, these are not people that are showing up at his house with pitchforks. They're trying to be funny, I'm sure, but.
As a guest, because you don't think I'm funny, you thought I was aloof, you didn't like my personality, you just don't like me. That's fine. I'm 100% for that. But when y'all start being, when you start being racist and homophobic, nah, I'm gonna call y'all out. Sorry.
What's his T-shirt say again, Craig?
A lot of y'all had with me.
Slap your local racist.
In no way, it's very clear to me, in no way did this guy inject race into the discussion. Remember the clip we played that I didn't see anyone else play was before all the Mike Myers stuff, where he goes, "Oh well, Diddy needs a jury of his peers." So,
oh my fucking god!
So you can't have Korean people on the jury.
Oh my god! I've never wanted to be part of a conversation more in my life in real time.
We got a comment that really made me laugh. Some guy said, does he think it's a jury of you appears? Like they all have to look exactly like Diddy, which I thought was
funny. Well, that's exactly what he thought.
Right. Like he's like, oh no, it has to be your peers. So Vietnamese people couldn't be on the jury. What are you talking about? It has to be all blacks.
Yeah, Karen Reed's jury is all middle-aged white ladies.
Right, exactly.
People, and not all white people, but a lot of white people, you guys have this thing called main character syndrome.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You're the main character in everyone else's story. You expect everyone to know about all of your stuff and everything.
What melodrama? You can't just say like, oh, it's funny, I didn't know who Mike Myers was. Like, laugh at yourself. Who gives a shit? It's somewhat surprising that you don't know who Mike Myers is. I'm fine with it. I'm not mad at you. It's just funny.
He is gay too, right?
Yes, he is.
What What a hand this guy was dealt. The rainbow slap your local racist shirt.
Secondary, to the point where someone even in the comments was like, well, why are you even commenting on this page if you don't know what Skankfest is? They're commenting on the page because they're fans of mine. Skankfest is not all encompassing. It's
no. I gotta tell you something, Akeem. There's what, 6-7 billion people on the planet? Statistically, virtually no one knows about Skankfest. If you take everyone on the globe, basically nobody knows what Skankfest is, percentage-wise. The shocking thing is, you were in the house of Skankfest. You were in the Gas Digital Studios. You were talking to Zac Amico, who does a naked roast at Skankfest every year. Like, to do that show and not know what Skankfest is, it's a little surprising. And it's also fine if you, after the show, take in and say, oh, now I know what Skankfest is. But it was a little surprising is all. It's weird to go on this show and know nothing about, like, to go on a news show, like Zach basically covers, it's a morning zoo. Like, he covers, the goings on of the day or the week. And to be like, well, I'm not a pop culture guy. I don't know what Skankfest is. I don't know the names of any white people. So I went on to this show to what? Just grind it to a halt? Why did you go on?
This guy has fans that are going to be blowing up the Legion of Skanks pages and his page.
Evidently, yes. And it's a totally different group of people. No one knows him that's also a Legion of Skanks fan. It's a totally different group of people that have found him organically. No, it's a totally separate audience and a big one at that is destroying the Legion of Skanks page right now.
For the most part, do they have black people there? Of course. But it's white as hell. You're not all encompassing. That's like me getting on a podcast like, what? You don't know 85 South?
It isn't.
It's a black
It isn't like that. But also, if I was on a podcast and I didn't know who 85 South was, I might say, hey, who's 85 South? And they would tell me. And they might be like, you don't know who that is, you fucking idiot? You came on this podcast, you don't know who it is? And I'd go, guys, you got me. Come on, fellas. Quit razzing me. You'd have a little fun with it. What I wouldn't then do is the next 6 bands they bring up. Who's that? What's that? Who's the lead singer of that? What do they sing? What do they do? What genre of music is it? Sometimes you got to let to watch that clip, like Akeem, to watch that back and not have a little fun with it. That's crazy that he doesn't realize he embarrassed himself. It wasn't us making something out of nothing.
If he lived into that could have been like his thing. Like, I'm stupid.
Of course.
When it comes to white stuff, like
it would have been fun. So if you want to keep using like the Skankfest thing, Brendan Sagalow went on Legion of Skanks and said his penis was 4 inches long. And now when he walks through Skankfest, people chant 4 as he roams the halls. because Brendan leaned into it and had fun. Like, his thing could be the guy that doesn't know any white people, apparently.
Wouldn't it be funny though if this guy, is just like, oh yeah, did you see that new Adam Sandler movie? He's like, who? Like, Happy Gilmore. Oh, Happy.
Right. Then it becomes a thing. Like, if he made it like ridiculous, then it's funny. Like, be a comedian about it. Make it funny.
Right.
Podcast. I don't expect y'all to know 85 South, but it is selling out arenas across the country. But and we don't get mad we don't know our stuff, but y'all get livid when we don't know your stuff. And I know that because y'all.
How did it come to this? How did we get here? How did it become a racial divide? They just said, oh, that's odd. You don't know who Mike Myers is, or Kelsey Grammer, or Get Him to the Greek, or Forgetting Sarah Marshall, or Jason Segel, or Jason Mewes, or Jay and Silent Bob, or what Skankfest is, or who Gene Simmons is. Like, it was the depth of the well. It was the amount of things you kept saying. What? Who's that? What's that? What's going on here?
Huh? I don't know, but he is a guy, but he has lady emotions, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Craig. These are one of the nasty comments Akeem was talking about.
It had nothing to do with race.
It's just as fuck. Check the comments. It's all y'all are mad. I don't know y'all heroes. Y'all are mad. Like, to the point
heroes, relax.
I don't even really like Mike Myers that much. I'm not that big a Wayne's World guy, if I'm being honest. I like Austin Powers, but
yeah, every white guy has a framed photo of Mike Myers, like old Catholics with the Pope in their house.
I like the idea. Like that's why we played the clip last week, and that's why people found it funny. Is because hey, you don't talk about Mike Myers like that.
You bite your tongue.
And by the way, the clip that went viral was about Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, because Zach
so
was
like he's making it this thing of like you're mad that I don't know your heroes. Like no one's hero is Frasier.
No, good program.
It was it's a lovely sitcom, and he was
My
the
mom
best character on Cheers in my opinion. Rest in peace, Norm.
Generation. I'm like, girl, he's the voice of y'all generation. He don't mean shit to me. I do not know that nigga by his name. Now, when they showed me the picture, I'm like, oh, Austin Powers, good for him.
It is fun watching a gay black guy try to be hard.
You know what? The other thing that's weird about this though is like he's lying.
Yeah,
like this isn't a big enough thing to lie about, but it kind of tells you about him a little that he's lying about all this. He's like, they showed me a picture of Mike Myers, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not what happened. He said, who's Mike Myers? And they said, Austin Powers. And you go, oh, okay. It wasn't like it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. It was just funny that you didn't know who that was. And then it got really annoying when every conversation had to be stopped to put training wheels on for you and give you the background of every single person involved. It was funny.
It's like Mike Myers is just so next level famous. It's like, you know.
Craig, that is your whiteness, my friend.
Put it this way: if he was like, "You guys know who Bernie Mac is?" We'd be like, "Yes," and he's also not as famous as Mike Myers.
Right. I do a history of comedy podcast. If it came up one day, we were having a conversation, you mentioned like, "Oh, this is like when Bernie Mac did the I'm not scared of you motherfuckers thing," and I was like, "Who's that?"
So good.
And you're like, "Oh, it's on Def Jam." I'm like, "What's Def Jam?" Like that would be unusual for someone in comedy to have never heard of that.
So I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna call a spade. If you don't like me because you don't like me, that's fine. But as soon as you bring race and sexuality into it, girl,
you did.
No,
you did. No one said. Craig, find me the clip when he goes, "Who's Mike Myers?" and Zach goes, "Classic black guy." You injected race into this, you jackass.
Typical.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. What's his shirt say again?
Slap your local racist in rainbow font.
Okay, all right, yeah, we all injected race into the conversation. How much longer is this Instagram video?
That was it.
Oh, okay, that was
it's over.
So, good for Zach, because Zach hosting a show on his own, I didn't know if he would ever get into this stuff. He seems very mild-mannered, non-confrontational. So I like that he's handled all this stuff so perfectly. Like when Akeem was on, he handled it perfectly. And then this is how he responded to it the other day on his show.
Hey, we can't help who follows us. And sometimes they're a little inflammatory when you have a guest who comes on and is really, really bad and makes everything about race. And then your comments blow up, and all of a sudden they make a video. Oh, you were racist. And it's like, hey, you invited the racial vampire into the house by making everything about race.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that my bats flew here first. That's unfortunate things to say.
He's Frasier. I've been saying that all
Who
weekend.
is Dracula? Dracula?
Sorry.
Motherfucker be biting people? Why you biting? Why you got them 2 long teeth? Motherfucker, we wearing a cape?
Okay,
Can you fly?
So sister's still in jail?
Yeah, so he's Dracula. Why he sleeping in a coffin? Why that man in a coffin?
It is that, and that's the point of what he did. It wasn't just who's Mike Myers. It was what's everything about him now. Like I have to ask a question at every. We can't have a flow of conversation because that is what it was. It was who's not just who's Dracula. What's a coffin? What's a cape? Why does he have teeth?
Why does he hate garlic?
Can't be doing that.
It's too much blood to your face. You're gonna pass out.
What's he drinking? Wait. Count Dracula. You want me to do math?
Count Dracula.
So I thought Zach handled it perfectly. So great job by Zach. Akeem, I don't know. He's not a pop culture guy, so I assume he doesn't talk about this stuff on his podcast. But he might be interesting to follow going forward, because if he goes on every podcast and just brings it to a fucking halt like that, it might be worth following. So we'll keep an eye on Akeem Woods in the future. It seems like he takes a joke really well, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that helps.
He really knows how to stop all the racial comments he was getting. He nipped those in the bud.
They're never gonna happen again.
No, that's good. All right. Should we talk about something you and I have been excited to talk about all week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's get to this. This is the problem with doing a weekly show is I think this came out like right after the show last week. And I noticed it right away, and I haven't been able to talk about it, but I found something so interesting about this Tim Dillon interview. And you said more and more people are coming on to what you and I picked up on, right?
Yes.
So the clip that like went really viral is a Tim Dillon, owning CNN. Like a lot of people talked about that. I saw a lot of the political shows weighing in on Tim Dillon clapping back against CNN. I noticed something slightly different. And when I mentioned it to Craig, he was right on board with me. El Reeve, is that the interviewer?
I don't remember her name off the top of my head.
I believe it's El Reeve. There's something very interesting about her interviewing style. And I know people picked up on it, but I don't know if they realized exactly why, the way Craig and I have. So let's hear a little bit of her asking Tim Dillon some questions.
So I'm sure you're aware of the where's the liberal Joe Rogan, like that whole
Yes, that is a question they're asking.
That is a question they're asking. So I mean, I was interested in that. I did a lot of research, but I think that's maybe not the most interesting question. However, I think you have to admit, Joe Rogan has changed comedy.
Right? Like, am I being like a dirty little slut right now? Am I being a dirty little slut? Am I being a bad girl right now? Do you think can I even say Joe Rogan? Like, does it turn you on when I say that name?
She has to look both ways because she works at CNN before she says his name.
She seems titillated by the idea, like she's getting away with something very naughty, talking about the Austin comedy scene. Am I a bad girl? Do you want to? Do I need to be spanked, Tim? I don't know if she's into like turning gay men, or I don't know what the deal is, but there's a very sexual energy to everything she's saying.
You're gonna perform with all those other murderers?
She right out of the gate. The first thing she does is she goes, "Do you wanna like plug your comedy special?" And she says it like that, and it's like, "Ooh, you saucy little minx, you! You're gonna let me promote my special? You are bad,
you dirty, dirty girl."
Can you explain how that works?
Well, Joe Rogan has this amazingly popular platform where he's led by his interests, meaning like he's bringing on people that have these long form conversations. In a world where everything's like consumed in like 30-second clips or 60-second clips and 15-second clips, Joe Rogan is having 3-hour discussions with people on anything from conspiracy theories to science to, paleontology. He's all over the map, but he's led by his interests and he's accountable to himself and his audience, right? I mean, he's kind of like blazed this trail of like, I'm interested in certain things and I'm going to talk about them with people who I find interesting. There's no real media that was structured like that ever, right? I mean, that's not how any of these companies were structured. It wasn't like, come on in, what are you guys interested in? Let's talk about it. It was kind of like, these are the stories and here's how we're going to cover them and here's the angle. Mm-hmm. So I think the entire structure of what Rogan has done has changed everything because it's opened up this idea that you could do that. You could pursue a strategy of talking to people that you find interesting and then growing a tremendously successful platform out of that.
Rogan moved to Austin, opened a comedy club there, and now all these comedians have moved to Austin to be part of that world.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? What is that?
They moved to she it's almost like she like, is it wrong of me to say it? It's like she's saying the N-word or something. Like,
am I allowed?
They're moving to Austin, you know? Is that cool? Do you think that's really cool that they're moving to Austin, Tim? And Tim Dillon gave this great answer.
Yeah.
And she's like, tell me. Let me hear that again.
Good action right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty.
Yeah, exactly. She's a dirty little girl. Honestly, I think Tim Dillon was the only guy that could have gotten through this interview, because anyone else would have been like, are we gonna fuck? What's going on here?
Should we get out of here?
Yeah. Also, it's very windy in this room for some reason. I don't know what's happening to CNN. I know they've had a rough few years, but the lady's like whispering and fingering herself, and they're in the windiest room in America.
It's just because she's blowing cold air in his ear. Cold air in his ear. That's all it is.
Alternating hot and cold.
Yeah. Keep them guessing. Here's is it naughty?
Well, we're gonna get, Tim has some great answers in this that we'll also talk about, but I couldn't get past the erotic nature of this interview.
So he's cultivated a lot of people that want to come, and he's made it kind of a destination for people that want to see comedy.
Is it a particular kind of comedy?
Is it
right?
Is it like really bad? Like, do they talk about trans people, and do they talk about blacks, Tim? do they say retarded?
Ooh.
Oh, Tim, tell me, do they say the N-word, Tim?
If Tim called her the N-word, she might have came.
Tim, tell me how mean Tony Hinchcliffe is.
Oh.
Oh, Puerto Rico is garbage. Oh.
It's a floating pile of trash.
Oh, tell me, what's wrong with trans people, Tim? Come on.
Yeah. Where's the list begin and end? Tell me.
Right there.
Action right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty.
What a perfect day to find that clip.
I know.
Let me hear that again. Like, do they say dirty jokes in Austin? I want to hear this again.
I'm dirty.
What a perfect drop.
It really is. I'm sorry. I meant let me hear El Reeve again. I can always hear Kevin Harlan.
Oh.
Let me hear this fucking horned up lady.
To me,
How does going on his show affect your career?
people, he shares his audience. Got a massive audience.
Does he make you do things?
Is this a sneaky link?
Do you promote yourself and then you get more viewers on your podcast?
She pauses. Podcast.
Oh,
podcast.
Go back to the beginning of this clip. I want to hear how she sets this up again. All this is, if you take away her tone, it's just a lady saying, "Tell me about Joe Rogan." But listen to how sensual she makes it.
She's gonna kick out the stool when she realizes he's gay.
Not anymore. He's not.
To me,
How does going on his show affect your career?
people, he shares his audience. He's got a massive audience. He allows you to come on and say what you want and be funny and be interesting or whatever you're going to be. And he shares his audience. It's a very generous thing to do. And there's not a lot of people who do that, by the way. There's not
Tell me more about that.
Well, there's just not tons.
Let me hear that again.
Yeah, here we go.
Now I can't see. Is she rubbing his leg when she says that?
She's rubbing herself.
Tell me about that. This is, by the way, a lot of people it's often been thought Tim is not stereotypically gay. Some people think it's a bit. This is proof that he's gay because he's not picking up on the. He's just like, oh, Joe Rogan's great. Meanwhile, this lady's rubbing her tits and.
Very generous thing to do, and there's not a lot of people who do that. By the way, there's not.
Tell me more about that.
Well, there's just not tons of people at his level.
Oh, tell me again.
To people the way he does.
Yeah.
There are some.
But does a young comedian have to shape his act to try to?
Not at all. Joe Rogan's one podcast. It's a very big podcast, but it's one podcast.
How young are they, Tim? Are they barely legal?
Do they have to adjust to the scenario?
So tell me more about it when the jailbait gets on stage and says all these dirty words. This is a lady that I don't know if CNN has held her prisoner, but like she just found out what gay jokes are and is like, oh my God, I can't handle it. I'm about to bust.
They're the best things on earth.
I'm wet. I'm dirty.
This is like what CNN has done to this woman. It's like growing up in like a Mormon household or something. You know, it's like a kid that's never been allowed to curse or drink or smoke or anything. And then when they're out on their own, they just go nuts.
Right.
She's gonna be listening to fucking old Pryor albums. She's gonna go bananas.
Okay, just something else related to that. So one comedian who was like kind of in that world, you know,
Yes.
Fox, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that I tried to interview.
Joey
His manager
Diaz.
Oh my God, Fox.
Tim, whisper the name Joey Diaz into my ear right now.
Call me a cocksucker.
Tell me how Shane Gillis got uncanceled.
I'm wet. I'm dirty.
He wouldn't do an interview with me because Rogan would get mad at him for talking to CNN. And
That's untrue. That's completely insane.
Okay.
That's completely insane.
Okay, Tim, I'm so sorry. I was a naughty girl. Maybe you should punish me.
You should put me in timeout.
I need to be punished. Joe Rogan is God. I'm so sorry.
That is completely nuts. He was afraid of you.
Oh, okay.
He thought you were going to come in and really
So maybe
something.
I'm a little bad too. Maybe I'm something to be afraid of, Tim.
This is gonna end with Tim just slapping her in the face because she
was go back a little bit. She was when he goes. He was afraid of you. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That I tried to interview. His manager told me that he wouldn't.
Oh, go back. Sorry, go back a little bit. I want to hear him say she was afraid of him, or he was afraid of her.
Okay, just something else related to that.
Go back.
One comedian.
That was the end, the beginning.
Oh, okay. All right. It sounded like the same thing again.
Who was like kind of in that world, you know,
Yes.
Fox, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That I tried to interview. His manager told me that he wouldn't do an interview with me because Rogan would get mad at him for talking to CNN. And
That's untrue. That's completely insane.
Okay.
That's completely insane.
Okay.
That is completely
All right.
nuts.
Insane is our safe word. I know I went too far.
Thought you were going to come in and really rough him up or something. There's no such thing as Rogan would be mad at someone for talking. That's crazy.
Oh, well, that's good
No.
to hear. Okay,
No.
good. I'll let him know.
So you're
I think that's
saying
how
there's
it
a
works, Rogan,
chance?
since, you know,
Oh, okay. Is he like married or anything? Like, do you think he's like looking for someone like me?
No, he's happily married. She just. I like the idea that she strikes out with every comic she tries.
I think maybe she's titillated by the idea that Rogan's married because, you know, he's such a bad boy.
That's true.
He's looking to break the rules.
no, you don't.
I
think
would.
that. But that's a crazy thing. Like Rogan's like, what are you doing? Are you doing this? No, do Gutfeld instead. No one cares.
I mean,
No one cares what anyone does. And the idea, I think people think life's very interesting. We see this with the QAnon people,
right.
where they're like, there's tunnels, and you go, it's really just rich people.
Okay.
And you go, well, but they're doing all these terrible things. You go, absolutely, but they always have. And a lot of them always probably will if they can get away with it. But the levels of intrigue that people build around these things, I don't find that they're not that super interesting. You know?
Okay. I just want to be clear though.
But no,
This
that's
didn't
just very
come
fun.
from.
Tim, I'm sorry. I bet you think I'm the biggest loser now, Tim. I'm so sorry. Tim, can I get another chance?
Please just give me another chance.
This lady's so horned up that it's distracting me from the fact that Tim's like making good points. Like
I know.
Usually we just play this and be like, Tim's nailing it. But this lady's like, that's exactly right. This lady's so wet and dirty.
I'm dirty.
Tim, please don't leave. I'm sorry. I'll say Rogan's king again. I'm sorry. Please just sit back down.
He canceled my appearance because of this. I can't imagine any manager saying that. I mean, that's.
Oh no, the manager I spoke to directly. in
No,
person.
I believe that they did. It's just such a funny and ridiculous thing.
Okay.
To me.
All right. Well, that's good
Yeah.
to know. Do you think Rogan would talk to me?
Oh fuck! I talked over it.
Do you think Rogan would like take me from behind and pull my hair?
Would he do one of those sidekicks to my spleen?
Will Rogan tell me what a liberal cuck I am? Ooh, what'll Joe do if like I wear a mask to the interview? Do you think he'll rip it off me?
Do you think he'll try to tell me the benefits of ivermectin?
Oh no, the manager I spoke to directly. in
No,
person.
I believe that they did. It's just such a funny and ridiculous thing.
Okay.
To me.
All right. Well, that's good
Yeah.
to know. Do you think Rogan would talk to me?
I don't know. You know, I mean,
She's just smacking elk meat on her face.
It's one of those things we don't even need to tag. She just does it herself.
Do you think like Rogan would have me?
I know.
he's a big
very
guy.
important.
So I mean, you could try. You know,
He's a big,
I don't know if I
powerful
had his money
man.
if I'd be doing anything. I don't know if I'd be here. I think I would be on a boat.
Am I like? Do you think I'm Rogan? Rogan wouldn't go for a pig like me, would he? I'm too gross and disgusting for Joe.
Podcast. I'd be somewhere else.
You think he would? You think he would ever go for me? She's got a crossbow out.
I wish I had like a sound of someone sliding off a chair.
She's just jamming a fucking crossbow into her pussy.
I'm wet.
Can you talk about like you had Steve Bannon on pretty recently? You had JD Vance on.
Do it slow. Say
Jackie Brown.
RFK's name really slow.
Oh, tell me what you'll do to me if you catch me eating Doritos.
Oh, what was interviewing JD Vance like? Oh my god.
Said he couldn't do it because of his schedule. We like and respect Bernie.
Oh, I do. I this lady keeps distracting me. This is what I mean. Tim's the only guy that could have had laser focus during this interview.
Because he's not thinking with his dick.
Exactly. I would have been so distracted. Whatever you want, lady. I'll tell you about Steve Bannon.
Can you talk about
Tim actually has a great answer here, aside from this lady's horniness. When he calls out CNN, because they always want to do this to you. They want to be like, oh, these podcasts, they had all the right wingers on, all these crazy right wing podcasts. And Tim actually has a good answer.
you had Steve Bannon on pretty recently. You had JD Vance on in the fall.
Yes. We reached out to Bernie, said no, said he couldn't do it because of his schedule. We like and respect Bernie. We reached out to Tim Walz. No response.
Okay.
I like the tone he answers it with, like, you're not gonna get me, motherfucker.
I like how she's just pulling her collar down. She's like, oh, I didn't know you did that.
Oh. Did Tim Walz say no? I would never say no to you, Tim.
I thought he'd like you, Tim.
I bet Tim Walz said no, but I bet he really wanted it, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I love Tim immediately sniffing out what she's doing. She's like, you had Steve Bannon on, you had JD Vance on. He's like, I tried. I invited Tim Walz. I invited Bernie. They didn't do it. You're not getting me with that shit. Oh, I bet Bernie would have been a socialist pussy on your show, wouldn't he, Tim? He would have talked about free health care like a dirty little bitch, huh, Tim?
He would have been a submissive.
You would have changed his mind, wouldn't you, Tim? Through comedy.
I asked.
We have to find other interviews with this lady.
I love her. It'd be crazy if this was her, like, subdued.
Yeah.
Usually she's just ripping her shirt off.
Is it hot in here?
Because do you feel like you're part of a new establishment that's being created?
I don't think I'm part of a new establishment.
Oh, come on, Tim. Tell me about the new establishment. You are, though. You say you're not, but you are. That's what makes you so hot. This is the clip that everyone was talking about, by the way. the idea of the new establishment,
Yeah.
which Tim again nails this answer. Like, they want it to be something that it isn't. And again, in 10 years, will podcasts like Tim's and Theo Vaughn and Rogan, will that be more traditional media in 10, 20 years? Sure. But you can't make something traditional media. Like, you can't turn something overnight into an establishment that's been around for 70 years.
Well,
Like,
she's trying to turn Tim overnight. I don't think she cares.
Well,
about
yes. Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck about CNN anymore. She'll lose her job if it means Tim's going to convert for her.
Jameson in the chat says this interview should be behind a paywall on her OnlyFans.
I can't believe YouTube didn't take this down. You're right. It's on OnlyFans.
Popular thing right now, especially in certain media circles, to say that after running an incredibly unpopular candidate who was introduced very late in the race because an elderly man who could not be the president, who everyone told was functioning as the president for 4 years, decided to...
They're in the world's noisiest room.
I think they're in the fire on the Statue of Liberty.
I gotta tell you, maybe CNN isn't part of the establishment anymore because they can't afford a noise-proof room. They've got them doing interviews on the street.
Literally, the windows are shaking.
Where are they?
It looks
There's
like a
dogs
high rise.
barking.
Looks like a high rise, but I don't think the glass is up to code.
We're so silly. They're obviously in a seedy motel.
Yeah, obviously.
Elle doesn't want to be caught. But a little bit, she kind of does.
Yeah.
It's part of the thrill.
But
listen to her giggle.
The specific circumstance in which Kamala Harris ran for the presidency, she was somewhat unpopular, and she was not a star in Democratic politics before this at all. And her communication strategy was pretty weak. I think most people have admitted that. So to hang this defeat all on a few podcasts and to say that they were the problem, I just don't buy the narrative. So I don't think I'm a new establishment. If you weigh, again, a few comedians with podcasts versus all of the people that supported Kamala Harris, Democrat donors, billionaires, big people.
Tim is so right that it's funny that they lost an election, like their team lost an election, and it's like, oh, they must be the CIA. They're like, oh, there must be something nefarious going on with Tim Dillon and Theo Vaughn. It's like, oh no, just do podcasts. Put a candidate that seems likable and have him do a few podcasts.
I do like that Tim's talking to her like he knows if he's mean to her, she might self-assassinate.
She likes it, though, at the end of the day. Like,
a few comedians.
No, but like, just to make Tim's point, like, Kamala Harris did the equivalent of like the podcasting equivalent of like eating your vegetables. It's like, hey, Kamala, you can't get up until you do a podcast. She's like, there, I took a bite. It's Call Her Daddy. All right. Can I go now? Can I play video games now?
Then multi-billionaires, huge media institutions, a whole political party apparatus. I just don't think most people are going to buy that. I think it seems like a great way to excuse running an unpopular candidate on a platform that American people weren't sold.
Tell me how unpopular she was, Tim. Oh, go back. She's actually going to do it. I'm sorry.
Excuse running an unpopular candidate on a platform that American people weren't sold on.
I think even beyond politics, though, even beyond the question of the election, like, again, I know the like liberal Joe Rogan conversation is so I think not like nuanced.
Yeah.
Now she's doing the thing like, like in school when you had a crush on a girl where like you would inject her name into a conversation even though it makes no real sense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is exactly like what Carly, she said something so funny to me earlier. It's like, is it exactly like that? She's just bringing up Joe Rogan's name out of nowhere.
It's funny too, because when she said that, he just smirked a little. Looks an awful lot like Chris Farley in this interview.
Here, Tim, would you mind putting on this Joe Rogan mask while you answer that question?
We'll call you Bloat Rogan.
there is power in a massive audience.
There's absolutely power.
Oh, it's so massive. Tell me how big his audience is, Tim. Oh my God, it dwarfs CNN, doesn't it?
Oh, it's so big and powerful and veiny.
Anderson Cooper has such a silly little audience, a little flaccid audience. Doesn't even work.
Don Lemon he couldn't even hold an audience.
Oh, Joe Rogan's audience is throbbing inside of me.
Power is equal to the CIA or all of these other people that have been very critical of President Trump, right?
Yeah.
So the idea that like the power that Theo Von has would be equal to like the intelligence agencies or these massive legacy media institutions seems crazy.
But you got way more audience than when you're saying we're.
Am I crazy? She's like twirling her hair right now in her finger.
I like how she reacts like that's the one word you can't call her.
I'm not crazy, Tim. Now spit on me.
Don't have power. We're not the CIA. Well, there's some gradations between that, and also I'm sure there's like.
Well, just you use the word establishment.
Yeah.
I didn't say that we didn't have any power or that audiences weren't powerful. When you use the
You're
term
very powerful, Tim. You're gonna jam me up against the headboard, aren't you?
You want to take me like Jamba Juice or something?
Oh, you're so powerful.
That's more than just having an audience. That's having an institutional component that I don't think we have. But I think
but you do have a big audience that's about to bust down my throat.
Government and the intelligence communities do. I think Hollywood certainly does. And I think all of those people, all of those power factions have worked together for a very, very, very long time. So to say that a few comedians with podcasts equal that.
While Tim is giving this perfect answer, she's slowly pulling her skirt up a little bit, showing a little more leg.
Sharon Stone, and we
she's like, why isn't he phased by this?
I understand.
Oh, that was the end of that clip.
Oh, I understand. I was a bad girl, and you put me in my place. Thank you, Tim.
This actually was fun.
Okay.
You said that you often get same questions over and over in interviews like this.
And I don't want to be like most girls.
What?
I'm not like a basic bitch, right?
Great question. I don't know. I don't know the right question to ask.
How long have you been a comedian?
I've been a comedian since 2010.
Yeah.
About 15 years.
Has it changed a lot?
Comedy's changed.
Yeah.
Go back. Go back.
That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know the right question to ask.
How long have you been a comedian?
I've been a comedian since 2010.
Yeah.
About 15 years.
Yeah. Like back when, oh my God, you were a comedian. Like back when you could say anything, like whatever you wanted. Like those were the days, right, man? And now everyone got so woke. Tell me about that, Tim. Tell me about people getting woke.
You get paid in blow? Hmm?
Tell me about Daniel Tosh's rape joke, Tim. What do you think? Did that change everything, Tim? Remember when he apologized? What do you think of apologies?
Yeah.
Sure.
Tell me more about that.
I
didn't realize every comedian has a podcast, no matter how.
Well, here's the thing.
I didn't realize you weren't special. She like turns on him now. I didn't realize you weren't special.
Oh, so I guess I'll just go talk to Matt McCusker then.
It turns out he's into black shirts.
She can't find anyone. She's just selling it for a nickel outside of the comedy mothership.
This is the last one here.
All right, but she does know who does have a podcast, by the way. Joe Rogan.
You've talked a lot about the Iraq War as being kind of like a visceral moment in your life.
Did you support George W. Bush? I'm not. My dad tells me I'm not allowed to talk to boys who voted for Bush, but here I am.
She's biting her lip.
I bet you liked the Iraq War, didn't you? You thought they were going to find nuclear weapons, Tim, didn't you? Tell me about it.
time was like Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, left-wing critics of the Bush administration.
Like those pussies, right, Tim? Tell me what pussies those guys are.
Does she not know, by the way, in this question that back then Stephen Colbert was playing basically a knockoff Bill O'Reilly?
Well, right. But like, so she's about to say, you know, remember when there used to be liberal comedians and now there aren't. And this is where Tim is just like, you dizzy bitch. What are you talking about?
Iraq War. Why do you think that style of comedy has fallen away?
Has it?
Yeah. I mean, according to the people who work for them, yeah.
I'm so sorry, Tim. I'm being stupid. There's still liberal comedy, Tim. I'm so sorry.
I guess you have to spank me.
It's very popular. And
show me what you do to girls who believe in liberal comedy.
Leave a mark.
Tim, make this an unsafe space for me.
I'm saying interesting things,
You
right?
think The Daily Show gets the same kind of audience?
I don't think The Daily Show does, but I think Jon Stewart, because you. I mean,
nothing in TV gets the same kind of audience anymore. Get over it, lady.
Oh, why? Well, that's a story of why traditional media has just declined, and I mean, it's just, you know, it's just the rise of like, you know, people being able to watch things on their phones and stuff, and like all of the. I remember when YouTube was a slur. Yeah. When you would sit down at a meeting. And
do you know any other slurs, Tim? Like the ones they say at the mothership?
What could you call me?
Tell me some slurs. Oh, Tim, treat me like I'm an open micer on Kill Tony. Oh, Tim, pretend I'm Cam Patterson and I just bombed. Please, Tim. What would you say to me?
Right now, it's the biggest media operation in the world, but at a time it was a slur. You know, you're sitting in an ivory tower. You think that the big three are always going to be the big three. You think, you know, you're not afraid of streaming. You're not afraid of YouTube. And you know, it's a story as old as time. It's hubris. It's everything else. And like traditional media operations don't, you know, it's a big ship. It's hard to steer and it's hard to admit when you need to change course. And I think the decline, I don't know if it's the decline of that kind of comedy. I think it's those kind of platforms. Mm-hmm. That comedy, there's very, very successful comedians that are left of center comedians.
Like who?
Give them to me.
Give me some names.
Oh, Tim, I'm close. Tell me about Patton Oswalt. Come on, Tim. Oh, tell me about David Cross.
Lewis Black.
T. Hamler. I think John Mulaney, probably. I think that you would find.
Yes. Oh,
he's a liberal bad boy, John Mulaney.
Oh, Sarah Silverman.
Bill Burr, Louis C.K.
I don't think Louis is leaning that way anymore.
I bet he is politically.
I bet he isn't because they all betrayed him. Every single one of them.
Yeah, I don't think he's like a Trump voter.
I don't think he's a Trump voter, but he'll either be silent or lean right now, I bet. Or just anything anti-them is my...
I get what you mean. Yeah, well, actually, I don't get what you mean, Tim. Explain it to me slow, please.
He's never voted for a Republican in his life. Why? Because he's an imperfect person? These are massively successful.
Oh, go back. I'm sorry. She's like, wait, can I come to Louis now, too?
Can I get permission to not leave my place?
Tim, why don't you lock the door and not let me out?
BCK. He's never voted for a Republican in his life. Why? Because he's an imperfect person.
But he's into like really bad things, isn't he? Doesn't he do bad things?
She did the throat cut thing when she's like, eh.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she's just giving an example of what she wants. She wants Tim to choke her.
He wants to choke her with a belt.
Tim, if I say I can't breathe, you haven't gone far enough.
I'll tap you 3 times if I'm in trouble.
More successful than I am, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they're all left-leaning comedians. Is there this idea that like they're not around or you can't find them? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
No, but there's not.
He has literally called her crazy this entire interview.
No, Tim, I'm so sorry. Please, I'm almost there. Please keep listing names.
Please keep going. Please. Don't stop.
Tell me about Rory Scovel. Come on, please.
They're all doing
This
great.
cultural energy around.
They're not all as big as they were because I think careers go up and down.
I mean, I interviewed like a late night comedy writer.
What else is going up and down right now, Tim?
I will be.
Oh, Fallon.
This thing is spent, but like, okay, but all those people who had the kind of like left-wing shows like Amy Schumer and Michelle Wolf, those Samantha Bee, those have all been canceled.
So she whispered Samantha Bee because it's a dirtier name. It's a less successful person.
Yeah. But
Samantha Bee.
In all seriousness, though, like that shit's just not funny.
Well, right. She's ignoring the fact that Samantha Bee, like Amy Schumer got popular somewhat organically and then was like taken over by the left. Samantha Bee was forced down everyone's throat. Like Samantha Bee didn't have an audience. They just decided she's going to have a left-wing talk show that they'll pump out clips of and like make her popular. And then when that doesn't work, they're like, well, I guess Republicans rule everything because people weren't watching Samantha Bee.
Well, but there'll be new ones. There'll be new ones. I mean, do you not have the faith? Do you think there's going to be no left-wing comedy?
I don't see like a little ecosystem or like a galaxy.
You're just saying we used up Samantha Bee and tossed her out like a dirty little whore, aren't you, Tim?
Some might say I'm jealous.
You might dispute this, but like in the sort of right of center,
there's a galaxy
world,
there's
right?
An establishment.
There's Rogan, and there's all this stuff.
There's a galaxy. There's Rogan.
There's two worlds. There's this dumb reality we live in, and then there's where me and Joe can live together forever.
Trevor Noah, not Bobby, he does arenas.
No. Is he
does
popular?
he's an arena comedian.
Is he? Oh my god, tell me more.
Oh, but he's not as big as like Shane Gillis, is he? Is he as big as Tony Hinchcliffe? Hold on, I'm not there yet. Is he as big as Andrew Schultz? Tell me. Is he as big as Rogan? No one's as big as Daddy Rogan, are they?
He's one of the most popular comedians in the country. Hassan Minaj, Ronnie Chang. These guys are all left-wing and they're all really funny, really popular comics who I'm friends with and like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think this thing.
She's like, ew, so you're a pussy too?
And she leaves. After all that.
You're friends with these snowflakes, Tim?
I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening.
Why
this
do you
idea
think-
That was it.
All right. Why do you think that? No, but it was a good interview, but it was distracting.
Oh,
this lady was so turned on. She's just been in this like liberal bubble, and the idea of Tim's not. I don't even think Tim's like a far right guy. But she just anything right of center. She's really titillated by.
Oh my god, it's insane.
I'm wet. I'm dirty.
Thank you, Kevin.
Oh man, that's too funny though.
It was good. All right, what are we doing now?
Where do you want to go? We could do. We have a big segment and then some little stuff.
Brendan Schaub, I forgot.
That's right.
We got to talk about Brendan Schaub. This is another thing that happened early in the week, last week. But Coach Schaub was out there manning Tiger Schaub's Little League games. I hear a lot about Tiger Schaub when I find these clips of Fighter and the Kid. I guess he's a baseball phenom. And I didn't realize Brendan was the coach of his team. So this video came out.
Did this happen after the Coach HP interview?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Of course.
Yeah. So who inspired Brendan to
Oh, interesting. You think Coach HP said, Brendan, you've got all the skills.
I think he's like a ghostwriter, but for coaches, he's just in the audience yelling at Schaub what to do.
Speaking of people that want to suck Rogan's dick, Coach HP should find this lady.
Oh my God, that would be the end of the show. We couldn't go any further.
Coach HP and El Reeve would be a couple that can't keep their hands off of each other. You know, I met Joe's table maker.
She's like, oh, really?
Tell me, what kind of tools did he use when he was making that table?
His name was
jackhammer away.
She comes when he says his name's Stephen Christ.
Steven. All right, yeah. So Brendan was inspired by Coach HP, and he's out there at this Little League game. Craig, can you give us a little play-by-play on this clip of Brendan getting ejected?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but all right. So here comes the pitch. Swing, foul tip, catch by the catcher. So I got to be honest, I don't get this because it was a foul tip. Catcher hung onto it. Strike three. Okay. Yeah. Right. That's it. That's the play.
Is that what the ump called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Schaub's coming in off the right. Oh, it was a different play. He was yelling at him earlier, so it's cutting to a different play.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So this was a play at the plate.
I was going to say, because he was describing like a play at the plate or something.
So it's a play at the plate. Calls him out. Schaub is running at the plate right now. Now he's walking. He's yelling. You can't make out his, and he just gets tossed for saying something. A lot of stones on this ump, by the way. This guy was the top 10 heavyweight in the world, and he's like, get the fuck out of here.
I do wonder what Brendan was saying, and we get to hear straight from the horse's mouth. Was that it of that video?
I got to play it on silent now, but he's just like talking to the other refs, like, why am I kicked out?
You can tell Craig's a real baseball fan.
Other umps. So I haven't watched baseball in a while.
Yeah, you were probably at this game.
He's a monster. He's like towering over everyone on this.
So this ump just tosses him, and this clip goes out there. Brendan put it on his Instagram, and then they played it on his show, which makes his take somewhat interesting. But he talks about it in such like a somber tone. Like he talks about it like this is his Zapruder film or something, and he has to explain why. Because this is what Brendan always does. He reacts to the guys at PF Chang's. And listen, Brendan, you're not going to change their minds. Stop thinking that you're going to find the right assembly of words to make them go on the Fighter and the Kid subreddit to make them think, oh, I didn't realize that. Brendan is funny. Like, there's not an argument Brendan's going to make that makes the homeless cats go like, oh, shit, I never thought of it that way, Brendan. My bad. Like, you've lost that battle. Try to have fun with some stuff. So he goes on the Schaub show on Monday or Tuesday or whenever it came out. And he says this about the incident.
Your boy doesn't always get thrown out of Little League games, but when I do, I make it count. No, I never.
I like how he's like,
but hey, that's the right energy. He didn't have a joke, it seems. Mm-hmm. He's, I think, referencing like an old, what commercial was that? I don't always. Dos Equis. Yeah. So I guess he's referencing that, but had no punchline. So I don't really get it, but he's having a little fun. Good for Brendan so far. We'll see how he turns it.
I can't believe this is a thing. I never.
It isn't.
I don't say
it wasn't.
Coach. I coach.
What did you say?
It wasn't. If you can't believe it's a thing and you don't want to talk about it, don't worry about it. You made your little joke. That's all it had to be. We can all move on, right? It wasn't that big a deal.
Should have been it.
Yeah. No, I never. I can't believe this is a thing. I never. I don't say much as a coach. I coach the rec league, not the travel ball. That's beyond my pay grade.
That's where Coach HP steps in.
I was going to say for now.
You're getting there, Brendan.
I coach my son's rec league team, and it's the playoffs. And
I didn't realize how high stakes this was. I'm sorry, Brendan.
It's rec league.
It's rec league 8-year-old playoffs. We didn't realize.
Because I know I'm fucking Shrek out there, so they're very intimidated. Most of them are cool. We've had this before, and he was an issue. He warned he might have thrown out the other manager on the other team in one of our earlier games on the playoffs. He's just a weird dude. Just a
So
weird.
this is immediately. It went from Brendan like having a little self-deprecating fun. Within 15 seconds, it's a witch hunt for the umpire. we're going to expose this asshole umpire. Listen, every rec league has shitty umps. They get paid $50 a game or whatever it is, and they go about their business. Like these are not professionals. It's not their full-time job. Have fun with it, or don't. Like, you don't have to talk about it, but if you do, maybe have a little fun with it. Don't actually try to expose the umpire on your podcast.
He's gonna dox him.
It's really all this guy's fault that I got ejected.
And then this game had high-level emotions. We start off with 6 runs. Some kid hit legit home run, first one ever. And so there's a lot going on, but he was definitely sided with the other team. The other team was really chummy with him, like buddy. I'm like, this is weird.
He's biased.
Calls. Again, I don't say anything.
He's clearly a fan of the Pelicans. whatever their silly team name is. What do you think, he's on the dole there, Brendan? Do you think they're paying him off?
I think this ump was like the leader of the Crow Cup fan club or something.
I'm not trying to be any sort of factor in the game, or cause any issues. I'm just really there for my.
I don't want to be conspiratorial, but I think this guy was on their payroll.
I don't want to make this about myself, but here I go.
It's very rare. I get along with everybody, the other coaches. I know everybody. Everything's all good. And then my son, he slid into home, clearly safe. The thing that this Full Send MMA edited, you don't see the full play, but he's not only
that's what Brendan really wants at the end of the day, is a video showing that his son was safe. Brendan, listen to yourself. You're mad that Full Send MMA didn't tweet good enough video of the Little League play? Like, what are you doing, Brendan?
Wouldn't you be, though?
Here's what they don't want you to know, is that he actually was safe. Who gives a shit, Brendan? Brendan, do you think anyone is they're talking about it because it's you, and like they have fun making fun of you? But take honor in that, honestly, that you have this audience that likes talking about you. For better or worse, there are people that are obsessed with you, as the Opster would say. So like, take that for what it is. But he's always trying to like win them over. He's like, what you guys don't know is he was safe. That's the thing we're all forgetting here. Who gives a shit?
I want Schaub to come on the next one and be like, they're obsessed with my internet show.
So I'm walking around Harlem.
The catcher doesn't even tag him. So it's not even a questionable call. It's clearly, night and day. Even the other team was like, dude, that's bad. I'm like, yeah. So I go, come on, dude.
I like this fantasy that Brendan is living in. That the other team goes, Mr. Schaub, we'd like to forfeit our run.
It was the UFC doctor, Mr. Schaub.
we learn all these years later that's just Brendan's impression of everybody.
Yeah.
It's just like the one voice he can do. It's not him being racist.
Yeah, it's been all game. Like, that's a garbage call. He goes, what? That's personal. You made it personal. You're out. I'm like, whoa. I went, are you serious? You can see me talking. I go, you serious, dude, for that? Oh, come on, dude. That's soft shit. And then that's when he freaked out. So I don't know what's going on there.
Because you're cursing in a Little League game.
It's a bullshit call.
All I said was he's garbage, and that's bullshit. For some reason, I got tossed out of this children's baseball game.
He swore at a game where the entire audience would be like, oh. Oh.
Definitely affected the game.
I just told you, fucking retard. What's the big deal?
It's a big play. Like that was like, and it's the playoffs. It's double elimination, and I was more embarrassed than anything. I'm like, oh no, like come on, dude. Like what are you doing? So then I walked away, and then the parents were arguing, dude. They make mistakes. It's all good. It's rec. It's all good. I get it. It's the playoffs, so there's a little more emotion. That means a little more. It's double elimination, so thank God this didn't ruin it for everybody.
Thank God.
So the parents are
thank God. If there's a God, I hope this is what he's focused on.
My son's little league game.
Whether or not the mini Dodgers win this year's little league fucking World Series.
Dude, it's safe. Like you've been doing this all game. The vibe with the other coaches is my issue. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, are they getting beers after this? Are they fucking jacking each other up? What's going on here? The vibe was way too friendly.
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. First of all, he's accusing them all of being gay, but the story has already changed. Remember a moment ago, the opposing coach went up to Brendan hat in hand and said, Mr. Schaub, what's happening just isn't right out there. This umpire is a disgrace to Northern Los Angeles Little League. This can't be tolerated anymore. But now, moments later, they're high-fiving and grabbing each other's asses and treating themselves like they're El Reeve and Tim Dillon.
It's got to be tough, though, going nose-to-nose with this guy.
I would think so. But here's the thing. They all are. They're celebrating. They're like, fuck you, Schaub. You little bitch. We tagged your pussy boy out.
The other coach came to him and was like, that was a right call. And I shook his hand. I'm like, well, in the middle of the game. I'm like, this is
can you go back? Can you go way back to when Brendan said the thing about the opposing coach?
I hope I went back far enough.
Even the other team was like, dude, that's bad. I'm like, yeah.
Hey,
I went back.
Nailed
it. Yeah.
Nicely done. Well, let me hear that again. Maybe we're misinterpreting.
And tag him. So it's not even a questionable call. It's clearly, night and day. Even the other team was like, dude, that's bad. I'm like, yeah. So I go, come on.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Okay, so the other team is like, Brendan, we're with you, buddy. That's bullshit.
Dude,
what happened over the course of minutes to get them to change?
Gotta be fair. It's been all game. I go, that's a garbage call. He goes, what? That's personal. You made it personal. You're out. I'm like, whoa. I went, are you serious? You can see me talking. I go, you serious, dude, for that? Oh, come on, dude. That's soft shit. And then that's when he freaked out. So I don't know what's going on there. Definitely affected the game. And that was a big play. Like, that was like... And
it affected the game because my genius was no longer allowed.
The Buck Showalter of Los Angeles Little League.
It's the playoffs. It's double elimination. And
Brendan's like Joe Madden. He invented the shift.
Worse than anything. I'm like, oh no. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? So then I walked away, and then the parents were arguing, dude. They make mistakes. It's all good. It's rec. It's all good. I get it. It's the playoffs. So there's a little more emotion. That means a little more. It's double elimination. So thank God this didn't ruin it for everybody. But so the parents are like, dude, it's safe. Like, you've been doing this all game. The vibe with the other coaches is my issue. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, are they getting beers after this? Are they fucking jacking each other up? What's going on here? The vibe was way too friendly.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting that initially they were like, Brendan, I can't believe this scumbag made that call. Listen, we're going to give you all our runs because that was such bullshit. And then when they walk back over to their dugout, they're cranking each other's pricks. Yes!
They're licking the ump's cup.
Paul shook his hand. I'm like, well, in the middle of the game, I'm like, this is all weird. So I'm annoyed as shit.
The other coach is Matan Evan.
Huh?
They said the other coach is Matan Evan. One of his wacky bits.
That would actually be hilarious if he was coaching Little League.
I got thrown out, which drives me nuts. And then he starts threatening the parents. One more word, and I'm calling the game. It's the fourth.
I'm going to show up at your house.
I'm just an alcoholic.
I'm going to kick the shit out of you. What are these threats?
Which he can't do. He's like threatening the parents.
Really? Is that in the rule book? The umps aren't allowed to threaten the parents? That's smart. I'm glad they thought of that.
I'm glad it's probably on page 1.
Now, I don't know what sort of leagues you've umpired in the past, but just beware. We're one of those leagues. Don't roll your eyes. We're one of those leagues that you're not allowed to threaten the parents. I know. That's why you get into umpiring. It's a lot of fun to threaten the parents. But everyone's gotten so PC these days.
You get out here and
we're not allowed to tell the parents we're going to bury them under the infield if they say it was a ball or a strike.
This home plate is going to be covered in dirt or your blood.
Oh, can we not do that anymore?
She's like, what? So dude's just on a power trip. Weird dude. All the baseball dads know, weird dude. You know what I'm talking about. It's one of those guys on a power trip. So it's one of those weird things. So I just watched the game. We lost.
I will say it probably did make him feel a little bit of power to throw this gigantic meathead out.
I know.
to really have to have the power of Brendan not being able to do anything and just fucking toss him from the game. That probably is a little exciting.
Yeah.
We play again Wednesday. It's double elimination. It is what it is. I can't believe this is a thing. Whatever parent from whether it's the other team or our team or whoever cousin sent this to these outlets, you're a piece of shit, dude.
I want them dead.
Honestly, it looked like a fixed camera like the league possibly has to watch for incidents such as this one. That's what
it probably was. And there's probably some homeless cat working at this little league. I don't think it goes that deep, Brendan. I don't think it's a conspiracy. Just someone who knows who you are. Like, oh, this is funny. Brendan Schaub got thrown out of a little league game. I don't think they were looking to bury your name. This isn't a story that was going to ruin your life. Like, who gives a shit? Honestly, if you're a comedian, it should be a story you would tell even if the video didn't happen.
Right.
Just be like, oh, I got kicked out of my son's little league game the other day.
But man, what are you doing? This isn't a thing. Any dad, talk to any dad whose kids played rec or travel ball, got through baseball, they manage or they coach a team. This happens all the time.
He goes to a lot of little league games. None of his kids, though. It's weird. He never shows up for those.
I've also never heard a little league coach refer to themselves as the team manager.
Brendan's wearing the baseball pants.
Yeah. This last portion, it's what I remember is worth this whole clip.
Well, right. Well, this is really what it's all about here. Is that Brendan goes a little far in his analysis of the situation.
Travel ball, got through baseball, they manage or they coach a team. This happens all the time, man. This shouldn't be news. This isn't anything. And if your dad managed your team and didn't get thrown out, he don't give a fuck about you or the game.
If your dad isn't making a scene at little league games, he doesn't care about you.
If he's not embarrassing you in front of all your friends.
If he doesn't go on a podcast and talk about how the opposing coaches are jerking each other's cocks, then he doesn't love you. I'm sorry.
I like how he's like, yeah, Tiger was upset that I got thrown out, and he was like, I can't believe they got that call wrong. It's probably like, my dad's embarrassing the fuck out of me, right?
God, shut up, Dad. I'm fine. It's fine. I was out. I'm sorry. I'm fine.
I was out by 3 steps. That was the end of it.
All right. Yeah, no, I like that Brendan, he's like, listen, this shouldn't be a thing. So what I want is to get the name and address of the person who leaked the video. And I want all of you to know that if you don't behave exactly like me, you don't care about your children. So it's good to address something that's not a thing in such intense fashion.
We only have a few super chats here.
Don't need to make it sound so pathetic.
I can't believe this chat stinks.
Hey, those are my friends.
Fun, okay.
You hear this guy? He comes out, he abandons us for weeks,
yeah.
And he comes back and talks shit to all of us.
I'll be here next week too, though.
How exciting!
Spoiler alert!
Yay!
Woohoo! Fun, okay. Member for 11 months. Thanks for reading my 11-month member chat, Mr. Kreggers. Much love. Counting on Stangles versus Opie bonus episode in 2026.
It must be the same guy that suggests that. There's no way that comes up there. It's not at the top of my list, but I'll get there eventually.
Drew Peanuts, $5. Amico should have stayed on more relatable topics. Oh God. This is me reading.
Go ahead.
Amico should have stayed on more relatable topics like sickle cell anemia and fried chicken.
Right. Okay. I had a feeling.
Gil, 1995, $5. Craig should be making time and a half for working the holiday. Craigophiles stand up.
Hey, I'll times it by 1,000 if you like. Pick a number. I'll multiply it.
And that's all.
All right. All right, let's talk about this little Piggy thing and turn that into a little steel toe coverage, shall we? And then we'll see where we're at for the rest of the program.
Hold on, let me get this timestamp correct.
Uh-oh.
We're good. We're good.
That feels like something maybe you could have done before the show.
Timestamp?
Yeah.
No. Sorry for the.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I understand. So the other night, I'm watching. I pull up the YouTube app and I see this little Piggy is on. Now it's like 9 or 9:30 at night. I've been on this program. It starts at 4 in the afternoon.
It was a long one.
And I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why are they still on? And it's because Nick Rekieta and Keanu Thompson came on to scream at each other. And I think they solved a lot. It was a really well thought out argument that I think got a lot done. I think we're all in a different place than we were Friday morning. And it sounded a lot like this. So get ready to be enlightened, folks. This is what I tuned into on this little Piggy the other night.
Yes.
She said you could say your No, he doesn't think he's
She doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to be fucking like.
What you missed right before that is Patrick Melton. Right before that clip, it was some crafty editing we did. Right before that clip, Patrick yells, "All right, everybody at once, let's go!"
Online or whatever.
Did you find that out when you talked to her on October 27th?
Well, you apparently.
Shut up, you dumb bitch! Put a bouncer in your mouth.
Can you imagine?
It sounds like KMS Spaces.
That's how I imagine it. Yeah. That's what I imagine it sounding like.
Yeah.
But literally, I see that they're still on, and I said, "Well, I got to click on this video for some clarity." And this is what I hear. Nothing made sense.
I'm like, king of Dabbleverse drama.
I know you are, but what am I? No.
Did you say I know you are, but what am I?
Pretty much. Yeah. I think that might be a direct quote. Yes.
February is after October, right?
I'm
idiot?
sorry. You're wrong. You're wrong. She
wrong?
called me.
Oh, January's not after
I'm
October.
sorry that she called me
God.
and she said, Aaron and I. Sorry, I just did a hit of nitrous. And she sounded out of her fucking mind. Aaron told me how to do nitrous.
Help me. Keanu, your leather face mom is chasing me around the Crawford house.
Yep. So problem solved.
Pretty good.
I think they got a lot done. I think that was now they each understand each other's points and they're both better for it.
I think so.
So what happened was basically Keanu. I swear I was trying to think of this. I swear we covered her last year when she abandoned Steel Toe. She said, "I'm out of the Steel Toe business."
We did.
And I thought she made a video that was like funny is the wrong word, but like somewhat articulate. Like she spoke sentences. On this show, she came across, I don't know if Gino Bisconti has just fucked the stupid into her or what happened, but she sounded idiotic on this thing. Like it actually felt like if you didn't know the context, you'd be like, why are they all bullying this mentally challenged woman? why are they screaming at her? I guess I give her credit for going on. It was 5 against 1, which can be difficult, I imagine, if you're in that situation, to properly get your arguments across. But she wanted to do it. She was in the chat and was like, "You guys are pussies if you don't have me on," and then came on and bombed. But also, she had no arguments. Everything. It sounded really dumb if you go back and listen to it. I can't do it enough justice. So go. It's a 6.5 hour episode. Go listen to it on your own if that interests you. The Nick Rekieta, Nick exposing Aaron's texts has never been an interesting subject to me because I'm sure it's funny and whatever, but to me it's like, well, Nick participated in the conversation as well. You know what I mean? And made Aaron feel safe enough to talk to him like that. And we're all like, look how gay Aaron is. It's like, well, Nick's having the conversation with him and pretending to be his friend during all this. So to me, it's like gross and out of context, but it's interesting. And Aaron started it, by the way. So it is interesting.
Here's the second clip from that.
Yeah. So this is how little things were solved. Patrick Melton has super tips on, and super tips are like, you can pay to have like these AI voices read your super chats, essentially is what it is. And he has all different characters that he talks about on the show, but he had it set up so that it reads automatically. You know what I mean? Like on Who Are These Socials, we'll do it like between segments. We'll play.
It'll interrupt the show the way he does it.
Right, the way he does it, it plays totally randomly, I guess. That's why you heard all that like nonsense on the clip we just played. So this is how crazy things got with Nick screaming at Keanu.
Keep going, little man. That's fine. Have her come over. Oh, wait.
By the way, she did another thing that's really infuriating. She said, hey, she kept calling him little man and red face. And what was the other thing she kept saying over and over again? When did you get permission? She kept saying the same like 3 phrases over and over again, which over the course of 4 hours is somewhat exhausting, believe it or not.
And she had to leave. Good.
Yeah, and again, she moved into
Sorry, let's start the clip over. She keeps saying things that make me think of what she was doing. So you're probably not aware of this, Craig, right? What's going on with these two?
No.
So Keanu exposed a bunch of texts from April that suggested like that her and Nick were not doing well. Like that April was unhappy in her relationship with Nick. She said this back in October. And April stopped talking to Keanu because she was like, hey, what the fuck? Like I had a private conversation with you, much like I said about the text messages with Aaron and Nick, where it's like,
right,
what the fuck? We were having a conversation. Like it was private. What are you doing? So April stopped talking to Keanu. So Keanu's on this rampage of like, that's my friend. And she's like, if my friend got away from you because I exposed her texts, good. And they're like, yeah, but now you're friends with Aaron again, who allegedly beat the shit out of her. So, and she's like, yeah, I'll have to think about that. It's like, you haven't thought about it?
No, it's true.
What aspect haven't you thought about yet?
Keep going, little man. That's fine. Have her come over. Oh, wait, she can't because I doxed her and she had to leave. Good.
Yeah, and again, she moved into my parents' house. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? You guys go Michael Jackson voice.
Yeah, Nick has a mockable voice as well. It's Nick doesn't get made fun of as much as he probably should because he's seemingly right in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I can see where it would be easy to mock Nick and the way he talks and some of the things he says.
Lots. I got arrested. I got my kids taken away. I had a whole bunch of problems.
Sad.
But what you did was intentionally shred someone that you called a friend. You put their life on display with the person who had been doing that to them for 6 months.
I don't have any of them. Also, this has to be doing wonders for Kayla's self-esteem.
Kayla knows that she.
He's yelling at the AI.
He got tricked.
You stupid bitch. It's just someone in the chat.
It was there. Do you think she doesn't know this? Like, what is wrong with
yell
you?
at the AI.
Why
That
are
was
you
just
yelling? Yeah. What do you?
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And they were very worked up. I think they solved a lot though by the end of it. So go check it out. It's on Patrick Melton's Nobody Likes Onions channel. So if you're, it's a doozy. It's good to fall asleep to. Well, actually, no, it isn't because Nick is screaming through most of it. But
He's screaming so loud it starts clipping.
yeah. But there's a lot of drama like that going on in the steel toe world. Aaron is on vacation, and Keanu was filling in for him. And I watched a little bit of Keanu on there. It's hard, like it didn't feel clip worthy to me. It was bad, but not. It was just like whatever. Like I don't really care about Keanu that much.
It wasn't
So I
fun
said,
bad. It was just bad.
yeah, kind of. So I said, let's go back to our boy. Let's see what's going on with the show. And I worry that we're not going to be able to talk about Steel Toe anymore. Like these might be the waning days of Steel Toe talk. Because are you aware of this, Craig?
Mm-hmm.
The goal is like dead.
He's not hitting it anymore?
No, there's a goal and it needs to be hit. But it's not the same. There's no overtime. He just does 4.5 hours now. It's very exhausting. So like he'll talk about the goal, but it's just not like it used to be, you know?
It's not a goal, it's just give me money.
Yeah. It's somehow grosser, actually. So let's see what's going on with Steel Toe. But let's see if we can get any enjoyment out of this or mock this at all. Because Aaron just keeps winning over and over again. So it's going to be hard to talk about the Steel Toe Morning Show.
And you weren't aware of his new setup?
Oh, I wasn't. Craig, this made me laugh. Craig, before the show, said his new setup looks like he's just waiting for a guest to come.
He's off to the side.
It's very funny to me psychologically that he's like, someone will be back. Like, someone will be here. I assure you.
Like for a while, they had like an honorary chair at the Celtics game for Red Auerbach.
And this is for April.
This is for April.
She'll be back one of these days.
Balls deep with 99 cents. Another win for the nanny. Thank you very much. Chips and Diff says should have let.
This is a big bone of contention on the. This is another thing funny about that Patrick Melton stream. Moody, who is a guy, he has like sort of a I think a New Zealand accent, and he was articulating these poetic points actually. Like he would go on this rant about about domestic violence and about how April is a victim no matter how you feel about her, and he was breaking it down in this very empathetic way, and then that would get interrupted by a super chat calling Keanu a slut, and then Keanu would respond to that and no one would answer Moody's question. It was very funny to me, but the point he was trying to make was that Keanu is now friends with Aaron again because Aaron has changed. He's bettered himself. Mm-hmm. Now in Aaron's intro now, he has a song that calls April a coke whore. It's the intro of his show every morning. This is a man who's grown. And the title of this was Another Win for the Nanny. I guess because the body cam footage of the arrest is going to come out, which will probably be very embarrassing for April. And that's what he's celebrating here. So definitely not an abusive guy at all.
No.
I can't. Matt's got to work. Matt's not an option for the mornings. Johnny was our first option. Johnny had his problems. Johnny is in the hospital again today.
Had his problems, like he's a drug addict.
That's what it sounds like. I thought that's what he was talking about.
No, he's ill. He's fallen ill. He's a man with MS or whatever he's got, and he has an infection in his leg or something, which is why he's not there. And Aaron's like, this is how human Aaron is. He's like, Johnny has his issues, so he's fucking gone.
That's it. That's the final straw.
He's like, listen, April's gone, Matt's gone, Johnny's gone, but now we have the chair. And the chair is doing a great job co-hosting.
Nailing it.
The infection in his leg is getting better. He feels better. I talked to him again yesterday a couple of different times. He seems to be.
I like how he says that just to show he's a good guy.
What do you talk about the second time?
I talked to him a couple times.
You talk to him once, check in, how you feel and all that. What do you call him again for? Like, you're still not feeling great, Johnny?
He wants to riff because he didn't have anyone to do it with on the show.
A couple times. I'd love to know what that second phone call is about.
Hey, you still sick?
Ah, damn. That's too bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, see you later. He's probably texting. He's trying to make it sound like he called him.
Maybe.
Doing well. Tonight, this morning and tonight, whatever we go over on PayPal, Venmo, and Rumble is going right to Johnny at the end of the day.
Oh, how sweet.
I'm going to be leaving you.
How sweet. So the goal that you struggle to hit every day, the goal that like you barely get to. Sometimes if we rally in those final few minutes, we hit the goal. Any crumbs that are left over after that goes directly to Johnny.
That's right.
He'll be cured. By 10:30 a.m. today, he'll be cured. No problem. Johnny, things are looking up, buddy. Why not say, like, if you want to look like a good guy, why not say, like, hey, we're up to like 30 perfect weeks in a row now. today the goal goes to Johnny. Today, whatever we're making goes to Johnny. Or how about this? When you hit the goal, just say, all right, I'm going to kick a few bucks to Johnny because he's going through a tough time right now. Or here's a third option.
Raise the goal?
All right, I'll give you a fourth option. Raise the goal is also good. Fourth option is give Johnny a little money, help your buddy out during this time, and don't talk about it to us.
Let him bring it up if he wants.
Yeah, like you could actually look like a good guy because Johnny on his own will go, hey, Aaron helped me out when I really needed it. He didn't go on and brag about it, but I wanted to give him his flowers. You know, I wanted to give him proper credit.
Yeah. Right.
Ray Peacock says, God damn it, Matt, you know better. Since I'm going to be leaving you in the hands of Gino and Keanu, if we knock out today's goal, I will go till 11. Today.
Yes!
Wow.
All right, let's get.
Oh, good. We can watch you ramble for a half hour that you didn't prepare for or plan on doing. Yeah!
That's incredible. Like I can't believe he's doing that for us. Not for Johnny, but for us.
No, it is for us. And that's again, if we hit the goal, it means Johnny has still made $0 to get him through this tough time.
So if he doesn't hit the goal and ends early, Johnny gets nothing.
Here's the other thing I like. On this telethon, there is a sickly, dying man. Like Johnny is not long for this world, most likely, and he's in the hospital right now. The money raised towards the goal goes to Aaron.
Oh my God.
The goal is to raise Aaron money. And then, if you want to throw money after that, I guess we'll give it to the sick guy.
Did Gino and Keanu do the show all week or just one?
So this is from Tuesday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I forget which. And Keanu, I think, did 2 days after that. I don't know if Gino was ever on. I know Keanu was.
Because I'm looking at the I'm looking at the views. I want to say the one with them got more views than just Aaron.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Keanu and Gino are going to be hosting every day now.
Yeah, I don't know about the goal. They probably don't push it as hard, but that's very funny.
Down to business, shall we? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. 310 is your number today. You know how.
Right. I got to say, if there is no goal, it at least is a nice warm blanket when I hear all the places I can donate.
Yeah,
at least we still have that.
Right.
300 by the end of the hour, under 200 by the end of the next one, under 100 by the end of the next one, and we'll be done before 10.
You know the rules. You know the rules of this show.
I don't know how. I did that once. I know I didn't tell you I was going to, but I did like a impromptu goal.
Yeah.
That sucked to do.
It's exhausting. I did it for 5 hours once.
Yeah, that was a joke. I was like, let's try it and see how this goes. Like, it was disgusting. But once you start a goal, you can't stop one, and that was the pickle we were in.
But listen to how much just setup there is for what they have to do in a day with the goal and everything. And that's now a show that is no longer focused on the goal. You know what I mean? Like, that's a show that has eliminated overtime and the goal and all these things we made fun of because we were mocking him. And yet he still keeps all the accoutrements that make it so douchey.
And that was the whole show.
Right, pretty much.
Scarface with $4.99. Scarface is a jaded ex-fan. I think he's
hold
a little upset.
Is that how people talk about listeners of their show?
Yeah.
If you stopped liking the show and commented on it every day, I think that's weird. And I think that means you're still probably getting some, even if you hate it. Like we say about Schaub, for example. At the end of the day, you are kind of a fan of his if you're consuming so much of what he does. I think that's the argument Aaron's trying to make.
Yeah.
The way he talks about everyone like they're his lover. Like, oh, this is just a jaded ex-fan. What did you do to him?
Like,
why is he jaded?
For instance, spare coin, $10. Casey Day is a lot, but you can tell he actually tries and cares. #Daylord. That's a jaded ex-fan of mine.
That's very sweet, though.
Yeah. Yes.
that's some prick that's in here commenting and giving us money. That's just an asshole that doesn't like Craig anymore. Fuck him. And thanks for the donation.
James R, $5. Mike, did you miss the podcast where 4 guys just teaming up on her and calling her names? I don't even like her, but she came out on top oddly. Is that the one we were just watching, sir?
Came out on top?
Yeah.
Didn't I say she got ganged up on? Didn't I say that?
Yeah, it was 501. Maybe that was before. Hamilton Burger, $2. Blind Mike Show is a good name for an ump podcast.
It's not bad. It's the Blind Mike Project, but I get it.
I think I was. Oh yeah, no, he did right. I'm reading the prompter like Burgundy here. It was show. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Kane Sword, $20. Why hasn't Aaron Imholt's appetite for Nick's seed been mentioned? Because there was like a whole show on it.
Yeah, I thought it was just known. You know, it would be like saying Brendan Schaub is married when we were talking about him. It's just like a thing. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just true.
If Aaron was on that show, I'm sure it would have come up.
Right. It all. By the way, it always does.
Mhm.
If you, I had to watch this episode to find these clips, and boy, does he talk a lot about Nick and how much Nick wants to fuck him. And it's like, yeah, that definitely doesn't go both ways, Aaron.
That's very strange.
That he backed the wrong horse in this deal. He goes $4.99. You talk about a hug box while shutting off your Twitter replies and your gay mods ban everyone. Projection? No. In fact, I tell my mods not to ban people.
Mm-hmm.
We literally played a clip of him last year. Aaron forgets the past. He's like, whatever I'm saying right now is fact. Remember, like one of the early clips we played of Aaron. What was the exact phrase? I'm blank. Someone in the chat will know, but it was something like bulldoze the chat, wipe them clean. He goes, ban everyone that mentions anything about April or Nick or any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now because he stopped doing that, he's like, what do you mean? What? I'm not banning anybody. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Yeah.
There. Twitter, I just keep it to people who follow me. I accidentally said it to that one day, and then people like you got really mad and started bitching at me, and I saw how much it affected you.
It was a total accident. Whoops. Oh, geez. Oh, God. I found myself in settings. God damn it. Oh, no. I'm changing the settings of people who can follow me. Ah. Why do my fingers keep slipping into all these buttons?
The Beggy monster needs a new job, so he's just the blocky monster now.
Away you go.
Get rid of him, Aaron.
It's really fun. And then I get $5 from you to bitch about it. I really don't see how this is anything but a win for the toe, Scarface. But hey,
it's great. It's surprising.
Seriously, you decided to back Mersh and Nick on this whole thing.
Is this like just a giant character? Like, is he just playing a character? I imagine living like this for real is exhausting.
I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what he's like in life. It can't be this, right?
No.
But
I mean, he did get April for a while.
Well, right? Here's the problem. Nick Rekieta would have an answer to this, but Nick does have a vendetta against Aaron.
Yeah, I couldn't believe him.
You know what I mean? Like Nick, I'm sure would say like, "Oh, Aaron's a loser." And that's the thing is like now he's like, "Oh, Aaron's a dork and a loser." It's like, but they were friends, you know. Right. So either Nick is a sociopath and was pretending to be this guy's friend, or like he's lying now because he doesn't like him anymore, which I get to a degree.
Also, to go to what he was just saying about blocking people online, he's like, I don't do that, blah, blah. This video, I 100% guarantee you will be demonetized because of him.
Oh, you've been saying that. So tell me about this.
Every one of our videos that doesn't involve him is fine. Everyone that does, we're ineligible.
But how does that work?
I don't know. He would have to go and complain and be like, this is my material or something.
But we're not getting copyright claims.
No, that's why I'm saying it's manual. He has to go and complain to YouTube himself.
That's some interesting insight. That's producing right there.
That's right. That's right.
I'm sure that's just a great look. Sorry, Scarface. It's just.
I'm sorry, Scarface.
A smug guy. An insufferably smug guy.
I hate how he's always just holding a pen.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Maybe he's taking some important notes.
He's like a newscaster.
He's a broadcaster, yeah.
But like, whatever. This is a shout out to the evening show.
Oh, good. I'm glad the evening show gets their credit every once in a while, because what they go through, dragging this morning show on their back, it's just an ugly weight that they have to deal with every day. I hope the evening show gets a little credit once in a while.
By the way, first hour in the books, over 600, climbing to 7. Go ahead and throw us a few likes. Go ahead and throw us a few shares. We're climbing on a Wednesday. Thank you guys very much. We're also at 255 for today. Knock that number down, and we'll go till 11. By the way, the evening show last night knocked out that 70. We came up short. I gave them a 3-hour show. Shout out to the evening show people.
Yeah, Attaway evening show.
So
keep it up, guys. When I look for clips of Steel Toe, I don't even sniff the evening show. I don't go near it because I'm like, oh, this will be humiliating for me. I'm gonna seethe if I watch this.
It is. We talked about it before, but it's just so funny that he thinks it's different people.
It's idiotic.
A perfect week for the toe. Go ahead and throw us a few dollars.
By the way, the goal is less in the evening.
What?
That's why he hits it every time.
How much less?
100.
Cheap motherfucker.
No, but you see what I mean? Like, it's the same people hitting a lesser number. Of course they hit it more often.
Why doesn't he?
He's like, man, this evening show's mopping the floor with the morning show.
He should take the morning goal and lessen it and slightly increase the evening show. You know, make him the same.
Well, I think what you're running into there, Craig, is that Aaron, deep in his soul, knows it's an idiotic bit to think that it's an entirely different group of people that he's pitting against each other.
I don't think he realizes. If I'm being
I wonder.
It out loud. LOL with $4.99. Oh yeah, I saw this. He said, I accidentally super chatted Fat Melton simulcast of your stream. I want a refund. DMCA him. Well, is he commenting? Is Patrick commenting, or is he just playing it? Yeah, I mean,
so I'll explain what's happening here.
That's,
I guess Patrick Melton, he's done this before, and Aaron's acting like he's not aware of that. I guess Patrick just puts a stream of Aaron up so that the people, I don't know much about this, so if I'm just believing Patrick's side of the story, I apologize. Educate me in the comments if you'd like. But what I believe to be true is that Patrick puts a stream up that just broadcast Aaron's show so that the people that get banned from Aaron's chat have a place to go and talk in the chat during the show, which is kind of funny. Like, it's a strange thing to do, to have your channel just a straight Steel Toe morning show. But like the premise of it is funny to me. And Aaron's acting like he gets to add those viewers to his numbers. Like, you know, oh, this is how popular I am. All these people are also watching me on Patrick's channel. It's like if you live in a city where for some reason there are 2 NBCs, you know, that's how Aaron looks at it.
But it's also like now all the people that he banned and the people that watch to make fun of him can go somewhere else and not give him any views or money.
Right, exactly.
Against the rules, I would say that YouTube should definitely hear about that. 100%.
See?
You guys go ahead and let that be known.
Oh, my God, you might be onto something, Craig.
Because he's like, oh, is he commenting? Is he commenting?
But wouldn't he know that if we find out he's doing that, that could just as easily affect his channel? Like, he plays literally news clips and other podcasts clips every day. That's what his show is.
Yeah, but they're not going to go, like, his Steel Toe channel is what he'll probably use to complain, and then they can do an algorithm and see that this clip is from one of his shows.
I guess, yeah, you're saying Tim Pool isn't going to complain that Aaron's playing a clip of him.
Right, and technically we're doing this with commentary, so it's fine, but
right,
you know, we're on to you, loser.
If he's commenting, I'll say this. I think poor Pat is just seething because he lost the war. The internet's just calling him gay. Like, wait a minute. Your big own of this guy that you can't knock off the internet, who's just still going about knocking out his shit and embarrassing you every day. Your big own was that you and your gay fat friends were going to sit around next to Nick's cuck fridge and you're going to look at pictures of a guy who's in better shape than you. That's your own. You guys know you're gay, right? And then after that,
I'll explain.
Is embarrassing.
If you'll pause, I'll explain. At Hackamania, Nick, as well as text, he also released photos sexy photos that Aaron was sending to him. So they
Nick?
I get to their group, their foursome group, I guess. And so like they were talking about it and exposing these photos and all of that. And they also said like they were shitting on Aaron. They were showing these texts that show that Aaron like doesn't care about his kids or whatever, at least based on these text messages. And Aaron was like, haha, you guys, that's all you guys had? I don't love my kids. I got you.
That's all you have?
he's like, I bested you. You think that I'm just a terrible father that doesn't care about his children. So the joke is on you. But he does this thing where he never plays clips of the shows that talk about him or anything. Absolutely. He just, to his fans, spin. It would be like if you asked me, like, hey, why does Dave Portnoy hate you? And I was like, because I was being awesome the whole time I was there.
I was so sick.
I was being really cool. And he thought I was going to take his job. He was worried about it. So, like, I was just too cool to work there. And then, like, if you never looked into it, I guess you would be like, oh, Mike was so cool that Dave Portnoy hates him.
You know, if you stayed there the whole time, you would have that house on Nantucket.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And don't look into it at all. Don't look for the clips or anything. Just take my word for it.
Take our word.
Them on a daily basis with his spiraling. I got to say, eternal wins for the toe. Here's what it is. Patrick turning on Steel Toe and letting it play. He's pouting. It's cope, it's seethe, it's pouting. It's an admission that the war is over, that Steel Toe won. And by the way,
I will say it is confusing. Like, I don't watch, I'll watch like clips of Patrick's show or like This Little Piggy or whatever. So when I hear Aaron say this, I'm like, is he pouting? Maybe he's very sad. And then I'll go watch Patrick like laughing and making fun of Aaron. And I'm like, oh God, this guy doesn't seem as angry as Aaron depicts him. It's very weird.
Another win.
Hey, oh, good. You know me, baby. I'm old school. A view is a view is a view is a fan is a fan is a fan. LOL says, you do it, man. It's your content. I don't believe in striking. Striking.
Well, there you go. He doesn't believe in it. It couldn't be him.
Yeah, he's never lied.
No, it couldn't be. He just said. Didn't you hear him? He doesn't believe in it.
All right, Aaron, don't touch this video. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if this gets monetized.
And they're only doing it because they're bitter. Dusty Rhodes with $1 says you have to do the copyright strike. Oh, well then, I mean, let the guy mauled.
I didn't listen to this clip before my prediction.
We beat him. We kicked his ass. And now his whole audience has to hear that we beat him and we kicked his ass. And now they have to pull their hair out and go, fucking Steel Toe's a lying piece of shit.
I hate it so much.
Otherwise,
I wish he was mockable, this guy. Oh, I hate how cool he is.
So fuming mad.
It pisses me off so much how cool this fucking guy is.
Where'd he get those clothes?
God damn it.
Unrelated, but we have a super chat. I'll do between clips.
Okay. Do that.
It's
and then I have a question.
It is interesting.
Okay.
GDO, $10. Hanging out with someone who knows Eduardo from the Baldwins in real life. Apparently always goes by Eddie, not Eduardo.
Oh, that's too bad.
Don't tell us that.
I wonder why. Maybe because he's a white Irish kid.
Maybe because he's like upset with his mom.
That is interesting. And I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say about old?
It was a question. It was a question.
I had a question. I did have a question. Oh, and it was a doozy.
It was worth it.
It was such a good question. Oh, it was going to blow your guys' minds. Oh, I got it. I got there.
There we go.
Do me a favor. Could you look up the definition of seething? Because my understanding is seething is not just mad. It's like spitting mad. Like you've got fucking foam. You're foaming at the mouth with how angry you are. That's how I imagine seething. And I never hear people that angry at Aaron, except for Nick Rekieta, I guess. But
Intensely hot, boiling.
oh, I'm boiling up with anger.
Constantly
Like,
moving around.
If he said annoyed, even if he said mad, oh, all these people are mad at Steel Toe. Seething seems like such a specific. I got a lot of rage in me. I gotta shut this guy down.
Pull your hair out.
Good thing I'm wearing this.
200 even. Hey, you guys are ahead. Great job. I thought I told you guys to stop throwing money at the toe, though. What are you doing? You're going to make people mad.
Yeah, I'm so mad. Oh, I hate all of you.
This guy sucks.
He really is.
Fun from start.
I gotta be honest, this one's not even that fun. If you take the goal at a Steel Toe, it just stops being fun, and you're just watching a pompous asshole.
Get money.
He did it. He broke us. That's why we're seething. That's why we're so angry.
Yeah.
Almost the midway point. $200 away from today's goal. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. I'd love to be a fly on the wall to see the seethe session going on right now. Sorry we beat you.
Oh,
I'm irate. I'm livid. But then he tucks me in when he says Steel Super Chats, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Streamlabs, Venmo, PayPal, all that. It's a nice warm blanket over me, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I'm a little less seething now.
Okay, he's winning us back.
Nice and comfy.
This one is internet bubble.
Yes, it's everyone else that lives in an internet bubble. You did just hear him say the entire internet is laughing at Patrick Melton.
Mm-hmm.
You know that big story?
Yep.
Like if you listen to people, the stories this week, it was like all the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese stuff, people talking about Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick, and it was Patrick Melton is very angry. Those are the three big newsmakers this week.
He's on the Google homepage.
Yes, yeah. Look at this guy. Look at how mad he is, this guy. Our top story today, Patrick Melton is upset.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't read positive comments about myself in clips that people put out there, but
can't find any.
I guess I too can be kind of an egotist from time to time. I was reading the comments
once in a while is not so bad
on the Cheney stuff, and boy, I have never seen a higher steel toe approval rate. I was very happy about that.
I hate this guy.
I like pointing that out to the Melton.
What do you hate about him? Craig's seething. There he is. He's seething about how charming Aaron is, aren't you?
That's boy, this guy's so cool.
He's so fucking cool. Look at Craig. He's doing it. He's doing what Aaron says all these fucking guys do. Aaron, I'm with you. It's unfolding right on this very show. Here's Craig, an incel, one of these incels that goes to Hackamania.
Yep.
And he's just like, this fucking guy is so awesome. I hate it.
Put a 1 in the chat if I'm wrong and Aaron's just super sick. Put a 2 if you are gay, like Aaron says. That's what we'll do.
It's a very confusing riddle you've given them.
Mm-hmm. Either way, Aaron comes out on top, and you see how he does it.
Out of your couple hundred people large bubble, the entire internet is on my side and thinks that you guys suck.
Well, go back.
Sorry.
I want to hear that again. I must have the mathematics. I have the schematics wrong here. Let me hear that again, because it sounded like to me that Aaron said the people that go to Hackamania and watch Patrick Melton and whatnot, this is a tiny little 100-person bubble. And I will grant you that's true. Like, if we're talking about Joe Rogan, I don't mean to get all the ladies wet, but if we're talking about Joe Rogan or someone like that.
Just as I'm recovering, like, geez.
That's a much bigger, meatier audience, as we heard earlier in the program, than Patrick Melton has, of course. But Aaron's going to say the rest of the internet, not this tiny little bubble, this nobody likes onions bubble. Everyone else on the planet that watches Steel Toe, they agree with Aaron. That's not a small little audience at all.
When you step out of your couple hundred people large bubble, the entire internet is on my side and thinks that you guys suck.
Guys, do me a favor. Just go on random videos. Go to the last episode I'm going to give you a few podcasts. And everyone in the chat, I want you to go to them. Go to the last several episodes of Kill Tony, Theo Vaughn's show, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. Go to Steven Crowder's show.
Yep, good one.
Go to give me a few news podcasts, Craig.
Cumia show.
Go to the Anthony Cumia show, WABC.
Yep. You can go to Ben Shapiro.
Go to Ben Shapiro. Go to all of these chats and just leave a comment on their latest video.
Oh, wait a second.
And say
Jerry Callahan show.
Jerry Callahan show, sure.
Name.
Go to all those shows, all those big shows. Go to all those shows and just leave a comment and say, how come you guys are so mad about how popular Aaron Imholt is? And I'll be curious. I'll be curious the feedback you guys get. Like, you guys are going to get a bunch of responses, and you're going to hear all the arguments of those different audiences and see why they're mad. And I think ultimately a lot of people will be like, "Oh no, I love Aaron. I'm actually on Aaron's side." So I want to see what the rest of the internet is saying.
At least you guys can play for the underdog role. That's like a victimhood mentality thing you can use. Sorry, I'm bullying.
I'm just being cute.
I'm such a bitch.
I'm just being nasty, aren't I? I'm just being a little bitch. I'm so sorry. All the other girls are like, "No, Aaron, it's cute. It's so cute when you do that.
I'm
so hot when you do that." Aren't I bad? Aren't I just so bad?
This is
well, it's Aaron Imholt and Elle Reeve are just girls behaving badly. They can't control themselves. These two.
Joe Rogan. This is a new goal.
Okay, this is how the goal is set up now. I think is what Aaron's about to explain to us, and frankly, I don't like it.
Got to be honest. All right, they're sending in links. They want to say goodbye to YouTube and they want to do Rumble Link Friday. Well, I tell you what, 5, 10, 15. I'm opening these links.
All of those amounts are welcome. Believe it or not. If you were thinking, can I give $15? You're like, no, that's probably not allowed. But as a matter of fact, it is. What Aaron's doing here is this is a Wednesday, I think, or Tuesday. But Aaron's opening up the possibility for a Rumble Friday. Now, you might be thinking, Mike, how can you have Rumble Friday on Wednesday? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But Rumble Friday is such a brand. You know, it has such name recognition out there that anytime you're exclusive on Rumble, you're like, oh, it's a steel toe Rumble Friday. It's like saying Kleenex for tissues, you know? It has that affiliation. Rumble Friday has gotten so big that anytime you're exclusive on Rumble, even if you're not the Steel Toe Morning Show, you're like, oh, we're doing a Rumble Friday.
But you guys are down to what, $40? If you guys get us down to $20 in the next 10 minutes, I will do the last half hour Rumble only, and we'll do Rumble Friday. For the
Wouldn't
last
that be exciting?
Until
so if the people on YouTube give you $40 right now,
you'll shut it off.
Yes. Yeah, I have to go download Rumble to watch the show. Thanks, Aaron. You mean it?
You're amazing.
Thanks a lot. Can you imagine how inconvenient it would be if I was like, guys, you've been really generous. You've been giving me a lot of money today. Oh, I appreciate it so much. I appreciate those donations. Keep them coming. And if I get a couple more, we're going to turn the show off and you can go on a scavenger hunt for me on another platform.
He gets $5,000 in the next 2 minutes.
All right, shut this thing off. I can go about my day finally.
Until the links run out. Fair is fair. $40 away from today's goal. We're doing Rumble Link Friday method. Thank you guys very much. $40 is the number. If you get it down to 20 by 10:30, I'll go ahead and say goodbye to you.
There's so many numbers, so many goddamn numbers with this show. We're at 40. If you get it down to 20 by 10:30, okay, all right. I think I've got it straight.
If we never know what he's talking about, he can always tell us what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, he explains it so perfectly.
Yeah, he can explain everything. Be like, yeah, this, that, blah, blah, blah. That's why Melton's this way.
Right.
You guys have been awesome today, and we appreciate it. $1 from Silver.
Who's we?
We at Steel Toe Industries.
Yeah, who else is there?
Well, there's the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Aaron Imholt.
Right.
There's the COO.
Yep.
There's the CFO, of course.
Yep.
And then there are the people that get paid by Steel Toe. And those are also it's a mom and pop shop. They're also related to the CEO, all these people.
Yeah.
So it is. My favorite is, I don't think he does it today, but my favorite is when he's like, am I going to have to dig into Steel Toe Industries to pay the rest of the goal?
Definitely.
So the business is paying the man, which is always a good approach. I think that then we can all sleep at night because we've hit the goal.
Well, he's going to tell us about extra money right now.
This, by the way, is a show that doesn't have a goal anymore that we've been talking about this whole time.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
If you guys can knock it down by another $20, breaking news in the next 8 minutes,
What the fuck's happening?
we're gonna go ahead.
That is him playing something. That's not me.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
It sounds like he's malfunctioning.
You're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just said play.
Hour or until the links run out of Rumble Friday and say goodbye to YouTube. $5 links, $10 immediate, $20 full. Buzamok
You know what
says
that
in the
means?
extra.
You know what that means, Craig?
I don't.
It means so on Rumble Fridays, the craze that's sweeping the nation. The reason we're all so excited for him to turn off YouTube where we're watching the show, and so we can all go to Rumble, is Rumble Friday. You can send him a link of whatever you want. Just a link. He doesn't know what it is, and he opens that link, and for $5, he will play that link at some point during the show.
Of course, he charges money for that.
For $10, well, maybe this will entice you. You're poo-pooing it. Maybe this will get your blow your skirt up a little here. For $10, he'll play it right away. Second he sees it, he's playing that link. That's worth an extra $5 to you, I'm sure.
Probably.
Double that amount. We're talking 20 beans here.
Mhm.
He'll play the whole goddamn thing.
What if
So for
it's,
$10, for $5 and $10, he may not play all of it.
it'd be pretty funny if someone pays him $20 and sends the last episode, like this episode of Blind Mike Project.
And then we copyright strike him.
Yeah.
Johnny, right? I never even thought there would be extra, but
I'm sure HACKRIDE Studios is going to put out this as a segment. So send him the link and $20 and have him play this segment.
Don't waste your money. It's fine. Go back a little bit because he's about to remember at the beginning of the show when he was like, hey, all that bonus money we get, the goal, of course, is for me. That's just business. But when we exceed the goal and even go past it, all that money is for the J-Man. It's for the Crutch Man. It's for Johnny C.
Yep.
So let's see how the goal has shifted over time when it's getting down to crunch time here.
Full. Buzamok says, and the extra is going to Johnny, right? I never even thought there would be extra, but yes, absolutely. Tonight.
So just a completely empty promise. I mean, yeah. Well, I guess we'll give the extra to Johnny. I never thought we'd pull that off, but sure. Yeah, fine. Also, if you drop a unicorn off at my doorstep, we'll bring that to Johnny too. Sure. Yeah, no problem. We'll definitely get that right to Johnny.
That's so funny.
On Venmo, Rumble, or PayPal will go towards Johnny. So far, we've been able to give him like $35.
Whoa! He must be cured.
He's like, I've pocketed $500. Johnny got $33.
$35. I dare say that's almost not worth mentioning.
He can almost get lunch.
What is he going to pay for with that money? What medical bill? Maybe his copay if he has to go back in for a checkup.
Sometimes they only give you like 2 meals a day in the hospital, so maybe that third meal.
Okay. All right. He's got an Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Boy, Buzamok's more confident in us knocking out this goal than I am. I'm sitting here nervous and worried that we're not going to hit 0.
Oh, you poor guy.
Yeah, but what are we going to do with the extra, boss? Oh shit. Are we gonna have extra? I don't know. We got. Just want to make sure
There's a man with no legs sitting in a fucking hospital bed right now, and he has the audacity to be like, "I'm nervous. I'm not going to make my money. We've already given Johnny $35. Don't you understand? He's flush.
He's set for weeks."
Johnny is cruising on Easy Street with the money we've given him. We've given this guy up to 7 fivers. This guy's got 7 Lincolns in his pocket.
Wow.
And we're talking about Johnny? Let's talk about what I've got going on.
In my defense, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, we didn't. What's really difficult sometimes to think about, because you look at Johnny and you're like, oh, the poor guy walks with crutches. I'm sure he's got it. We never take time to think about how easy he's got it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what important to be, what Aaron has taught us here is like, hey, you're worried about Johnny like some asshole. I'm worried about myself here.
Link's ready to go.
Hold on, Aaron, I'm so sorry. Even in his analogy, he's a fucking dickhead, where he's like, they're his employees in this scenario.
Right.
Like, hey, boss, what are we going to do with the extra? Like, Chad Buzamok is counting Aaron's money for him. He's stacking it to make sure it's ready by the end of the day.
I like how he was like, fuck, I got caught.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we have extra, we'll give it to Johnny. Hey, sure. I'll give Johnny all the extra money we have along with these magic beans.
I like how at the beginning he's like, anything extra is going to Johnny. Fast forward a few hours. I didn't think we were going to have extra
money. What are you, nuts?
For when we do make the jump to Rumble until 11 o'clock. So a few more links come in and I will honor that. And we will go over there. We'll give you guys a little bit of that Rumble Friday flavor, if you will. All right. We're all clear on the PayPal end. We're all clear on the Venmo end. $40 away from today's goal.
It's exciting. That's exciting. And maybe with those kind of numbers, Johnny might be looking to add that up to maybe $40 by the end of the day.
Walk soon if they keep this up.
He might cruise all the way from 35 to 40 if they hit this. If people start sending those fucking Rumble links.
Now, the exciting finish.
Yeah, well, this is where I'm bummed. It's like remember the good old days, guys. Remember when things were fucking crazy, when the goal was hitting its stride, and every day was a roller coaster. Are we gonna hit the goal? We'd count down that last 5 minutes. Guys, we gotta rally! Hurry up! You'd get your neighbors. You'd shake your kids awake. Hurry up! We're gonna hit the goal this morning.
Yep, it's on the Jumbotron in Times Square.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, PayPal, Venmo, and Super Chats is scrolling across that ticker. There was an energy. There was an excitement.
Yeah, 9/11, they would have landed the plane so they could watch it.
That could have saved everything. If only Aaron was doing a show back then.
Yeah.
Fucks me up a little bit too. I don't believe we're gonna get down to $20 and do that Rumble Friday. I might just have to play the links we have and then call it a day.
Johnny starves again. When he says that, there should be a camera on Johnny Crutches withering away in a hospital.
Just him crying in pain.
he's like, well, it looks like we're not going to hit the goal today. And while he's talking, it's just an image of Johnny flatlining.
It's him eating a hoodsie. That's all he was allowed.
From today's goal.
His eyes slowly closing.
No, it shows the nurse doing that thing where they like put their hand over his eyes and they shut.
Papa Schaub says Kick is cucked. And like most tech companies, it's owned by, oh, Jesus, that's a word they don't like you saying. Oh my goodness. All right, YouTube, we're going to get out of here. Rumble, if you guys want to finish up this last 35, we'll do that while we play these links. Otherwise, I'm going to play these links, give you a little Rumble Friday, and we're going to head out.
Otherwise? He goes, we're going to play these links. Otherwise, we're going to play these links. I do not. I've studied this man for a year, and I still don't get the rules of this show.
I don't either. He is like, he must have no friends.
Why do you say that?
Just imagine going out to get a drink with this guy.
And trying to compete with his coolness.
He just asked everyone at the bar to give him money to get another drink.
Hey, he pulls his bill out and he's like, guys, we're a little short of the goal tonight.
Yeah. Come on, $5 or I'm leaving.
Hey, any amount counts. 5, 10s, 20s.
It'd be hilarious if you bought my next drink in ones.
Oh, that'd be so funny. If each of you paid a little bit to this waitress so I could just leave.
For the toe by about $35. I guess the evening show has to bail you guys out again like they did yesterday. Take it easy.
Those motherfuckers.
We'll see you tonight. And then Gino and Keanu will take over tomorrow and Thursday. Goodbye, YouTube. Hello, Rumble.
I had a good laugh at this when Carl informed me on who are these socials Thursdays at 6. He told me that Keanu and Gino were filling in for Aaron, or that Keanu was. And I had a pretty good laugh at that because I thought, oh, Aaron doesn't give a fuck about his show.
No.
Because Keanu's not going to talk politics. You know what I mean?
He just wants the income.
It would be like if I had Jerry Callahan fill in for me on this show.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't make any sense.
This steel toe loser.
He doesn't care about the show, and he knows the audience doesn't give a fuck. They just need to hear noise for a few hours a day. There's no like, oh, we're talking politics, so maybe I should have someone interested in that subject on to do the show. I guess Gino would be that, but Gino wasn't even on. It was just Keanu, who doesn't fucking know anything.
This is a great point from Stewie Felt, $5. I remember a while back, he was talking about letting Johnny go if they didn't make the goal for the week.
Like from the world, like they would execute him.
I do remember that. They're like, we gotta go. We can't do this.
Well, it's sad. Like we aren't gonna. I don't know. I don't know what to do with Aaron anymore. We may be on the final days of. That's right. Let me hear it again.
I'm wet. I'm dirty.
Why does he say it like that?
I don't know. I want to know so bad.
Oh well. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about Steel Toe anymore because there's no goal, and when there's no goal, he's obviously not a mockable guy at all, as we've learned today. So
never.
What time is it getting to be here?
We're 2.5 hours in. Yeah.
Trying to think of what to do. Do we go to GD Fenderson?
I guess we have to, right?
Do people want it? Do the people want GD Fenderson? Tell me right now in the chat. Do you want GD Fenderson? Are you craving him, or should we save it for next week? It's not a pressing issue.
Yeah, 1 for GD or 2 for next week, GD. Either way, you're getting GD.
And that was all we got, right? Other than the tires trailer, we had nothing else?
Yeah.
We don't need to do that.
1. It's a tie. All right,
It's a tie?
We want GD.
All right. We'll do a little taste of GD. People liked it a couple weeks ago. I said, well, we save some for the Craigster because I know he's a big GD Fenderson fan.
Save some. There's still an hour left, and we've been doing this for like a year.
Save a little taste. Here's the big news that I talked about. I don't know when. I don't know when yet, because I think he does his show the same time as Kirk's show. So I've had a hard time scheduling.
Mhm.
But I have been asked to be on Coffee with the Dog.
I need that.
Isn't that exciting?
It is. It's going to be so unfunny because they're going to be so serious.
Well, here's the problem is Dog reached out to me. Mind Dog, he goes by, I think. And he goes, do you want to come on to confront GD Fenderson? And I was like, what am I going to confront him about? Hey, you're not funny.
Actually, you should do that as soon as you get on. Be like, hey, you're not funny, and just see what happens.
What am I going to take him to task on? Why are you funnier?
You should.
So I will be on with Coffee with the Dog and GD Fenderson. That's very exciting. So I figure I should fine tune my arguments here. I want to get a full taste of GD. He's also a bad boy of comedy, like the guys we were talking about earlier. Let's get. Well, where did we leave off on this special? Should we? We heard his Bible chunk. That was very fun. What's he moving to now? We are now at. I think Casey said we're about an hour and change into the special now.
Yep, and there's an hour left.
Boy, is that exciting!
Yeah.
Did you hear Casey's tease?
I did not.
It ends with some kind of musical number.
He watched the whole thing?
No, I think he said he just went to the end.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's very exciting. That's something to live for, guys. Tell Johnny Crutches, I've got good news.
Come over.
You've got $35 and a musical ending to the GD Fenderson special coming your way.
For this next thing, it's a true story.
Must be, because you said that.
I need a man's name to tell the story.
How is this possibly going to be a true story?
I need a fictional made-up name to tell this true story.
I need any name. This is absolutely true. I need to give this guy one of your names.
Man's name. Ed? Okay, let me make myself clear. The reason why I want somebody's name is because I need the person to be anonymous. And since the person's name is Ed, I can't use Ed. So I wanted to be anonymous. So someone can give me another man's name, please. Marty? Cool, Marty.
Oh, I get it. That's a funny little joke. The guy's name is Ed.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny is that the guy's random name he chose was Marty. That was kind of funny, actually.
Why?
It's a name you don't hear. I was like, good for that guy.
I suppose. Craig's coming around on this guy. He's enjoying it.
No, that wasn't GD that said it. It was someone in the crowd.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at work with this guy named Marty. And Marty's talking to one of our...
It says Ed on the screen.
You know what? That's funny.
Yes.
That is the first time he has used that function correctly.
Yes.
So if you haven't watched our prior GD Fenderson stuff, he's done a very innovative thing. You got to give him that. You don't see this on other specials. For some of his punchlines, he has like tags written in subtitles.
Right.
That is the first time he has used that properly. That was actually kind of funny.
Okay, let me explain. At my job, we have some unusual titles.
Comedian?
I, for example, was an erector.
Sorry, we got to go back. Did he say he works on porn or something?
Did he? I thought he just said at my job.
Yeah, we'll go back a little bit. Maybe we missed something because...
The reason why I want somebody's name is because I need the person to be anonymous. And since the person's name...
Really drink this whole thing in.
Is Ed, I can't use Ed. So I wanted to be anonymous. So someone can give me another man's name, please. Marty? Cool, Marty. Got it. So I'm at work with this guy named Marty. And Marty's talking to one of our hookers.
Yeah, see?
Okay, let me explain.
He's a pimp.
That's what he's making it. He's going to be working at like a meat factory or something.
No, but he says erector.
Yeah, I know. And he said hooker. But I think the twist is going to be he's not a pimp.
I think you're giving him too much credit. Let's see.
Oh,
hey, let's put $35 on it. Life-changing money.
Let's put a life savings amount on this.
We have some unusual titles. I, for example, was an erector.
Gets a laugh.
What does an erector do, you ask? I'll tell you.
Please.
My job was to take flat, lifeless cardboard and erect it into fully functional, hard boxes.
Damn it, you were right.
I was the fluffer of corrugation.
Wait, but then why are they hookers?
So when Marty...
He never explains that. Why are they hookers?
Unfortunately, he's beating that funny joke he had into the ground.
Oh, did he say Ed again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Says to the hooker, "What are you doing?" Everybody knows what the hooker does.
Okay,
The hooker takes good boxes and put them on the line, put them on hooks for everybody else to use.
I nailed it.
And she takes.
Well, how in fuck's name would you get a cardboard box on a hook?
You without wrecking the integrity of the cardboard. You can't.
Its function is to hold things, so you're certainly not poking holes in it. How are you getting this thing on a hook?
Are we hookers for this special because we're poking holes in everything he says?
Yes, we are comedy hookers.
Old boxes and throws them in the compactor. You know, hooker shit. What every hooker does. So she doesn't feel like explaining to Marty.
Yeah, I feel so silly
As
because
at least on their tax forms.
that's what it says.
Yeah. And that says Ed again because he said Marty.
He's finding his stride with the subtitles a little bit. It's the subtitles are now funnier than the spoken words.
I think that was always the case.
Well, they were always sillier, but I have to apologize to you. I got too consumed by the GD Fenderson angle of this, and I thought typically there aren't. You thought there was going to be a joke about having hookers and erectors. You thought he was going for a joke. I misjudged him, and I said Craig is wrong. I've studied this guy. It's not going to be a joke. He's going to be a pimp in this story. So I apologize to GD. I apologize to Craig. He's working at the box factory.
It's very big of you.
Yeah.
The box factory as a hooker. Huh?
I get it.
Everybody knows what the hooker does. So when Marty says, "What are you doing?" she says, "I'm watching over the erectors to make sure they're doing their job properly."
It might work. So hookers are a real thing. Erectors. That's where I have a little trouble.
I mean, is that the title at like a pizza shop when you make the pizza boxes? You're an erector.
I assume that's not their only job. But
And he's putting Ed on the screen every single time he says Marty.
okay, well, we got it, GD. Less is more.
I can do that better than you because I literally have eyes in the back of my head. I said, "Marty,
yep,
you literally have eyes in the back of your head." He goes, "Oh, yeah. Do you know what literally means?" "Oh, yeah. I have a dictionary and a thesaurus." Okay.
So when he said I have a dictionary and a thesaurus, on the screen it says, "And I was tested for literacy."
Why?
Because I think to him, dictionary and thesaurus are big words.
So he's like White Goodman in Dodgeball. You'll walk in, you'll see GD reading the dictionary.
I like to break a mental sweat too.
I'm just reading the dictionary. Boning up. That would work. Hey, boning up would work good for this joke.
It's true.
But they're the people that. What do they do?
Boning.
This is work a lot better for a deli or something.
Yeah. My initial thoughts is where he was going. What does he do for work? If he's just maybe he works at a pizza
He's
shop.
a rector
At a pizza shop.
No, he works. He works with hookers at the box factory.
Yeah, they hook the order receipts and then send them to the kitchen.
That's not what he said. You're creating your own world.
I'm trying.
Hey, make your own 2-hour special, pal.
That's true.
Should not have been upset with me when I called him 4 Eyes. And I shouldn't have that point in my record. Or 2, he really does have a dictionary and a thesaurus, and he does not know how to use them. And they're keeping his tables level. Or 3, he doesn't know what they are. He thinks they're birth defects. Yes, I was born with a dictionary and a thesaurus.
What's happening?
Again.
Oh, man.
I didn't see this going this way. So the bit about the hookers in the box factory and the erectors, that's all to call some guy out for getting literally wrong?
That's what it seems like.
I thought I was worried. I was like, oh God, he might have snapped. Because I thought this was going to be a bit where the guy takes his hat off and he's got eyeballs in the back of his head or something.
With googly eyes. So he's like, ha ha.
I didn't really know, but now he's just calling the guy out for having a dictionary and a thesaurus. Why did he set this up with this is a true story? Because that makes it funnier?
I don't know what the story is yet. We'll get there probably, I assume. So far, it's just...
There's no guarantee of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll agree to disagree then.
In hindsight. Now, have you ever had an idea at work? I mean, a really good idea that you like? I mean,
No. He's not changing topics, is he?
Seems like he... In his head, he's not changing topics.
He might not be. We'll give him a little time to breathe. I'm sorry, GD.
Yeah,
Maybe he's not.
And then somebody that you have no respect for likes your idea. Now you don't know how to feel about that idea.
A reality star for president.
All right, GD. You scamp you.
See, that happened with me and Marty. I had this great idea at work, and Marty goes, "That's a great idea. In fact, that's literally the best idea I've ever heard."
Hold on. I wish this special I would watch that. I would pay up to $35 for this. If this special was just GD doing comedy and Craig reading the word Ed sporadically every few minutes. Every time he says Marty, Craig just says Ed for 2 hours. I don't know why. It's very amusing to me.
How long this bit feels.
Literally? Do you know what literally means, Marty?
It says literally misses that word 1,000,000 times a day.
I'm in stunned disbelief.
Sorry, half the text is cut off.
Say it again. What is it?
It says literally misuses that word 1,000,000 times a day. The joke is you literally can't misuse it that much.
No, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
What I don't get, this is just to own a guy that's using literally wrong? Like that's what the whole bit is?
Nope. We gotta let him finish.
I suppose we do.
So I have this idea and this feeling that I don't know what to do with, because I thought it was a great idea until Marty thought it was a good idea also.
Ed.
I had a word for this feeling, so I did. Grande de mauvais allié. It's French. It literally means
like day job view.
Like day job view?
Mm-hmm.
Like day job view. Oh, deja vu.
Is that what he meant by that? It says like day, D-A-Y, space, J-O-B, space, V-I-E-W.
Yeah, he means deja vu. Go back. Let's hear if that makes sense. Rewind a bit.
Grande de mauvais allié. It's French. It literally
like day job view.
No, go back further. I want to hear the full. I really want to let this wash over me.
I don't know what to do with, because I thought it was a great idea until Marty thought it was a good idea also.
Ed.
So I had to come up with a word for this feeling, so I did. Grande de mauvais allié. It's French. It literally means
like day job view.
Oh no, I almost had it. He's saying deja vu is French, right?
I don't think deja vu has been mentioned, has it?
No. I'm saying the term he said is French. How do you spell deja vu?
D-E...
Look it up. Look it up.
Day... E-E-J-A space V-U.
Like day job view. Maybe I'm wrong.
You might be right. But if that's the case, it took us this long to figure it out. The audience, clearly who didn't make noise, couldn't figure it out in real time.
But what's like deja vu or deja vu?
He said it's a French word.
Like deja vu. Go back further than you did last time.
God.
we gotta crack this case. This happens with GD every time. We get to a joke that we just can't crack.
6 down.
I'm sorry?
6 down.
6 down, right, exactly.
Yeah. And this feeling that I don't know what to do with because I thought it was.
I didn't go back far enough, but
Yeah,
that's
go
the
back further. Go back
That's
further.
the beginning of the next segment, though, like where he stops.
I don't care.
I feel about that idea.
Reality star for president.
See, that happened with me and Marty. I had this great idea at work, and Marty goes, "That's a great idea. In fact, that's literally the best idea I've ever heard."
Literally, okay.
Literally? Do you know what literally means, Marty? So I have this idea and this feeling that I don't know what to do with because I thought it was a great idea until Marty thought it was a good idea also.
Ed.
So I had to come up with a word for this feeling. So I did. Grande de mauvais allié.
I'm naming this episode Ed, by the way.
There's when we went to North Dakota, when Justin was driving the rental car, for some reason, every like 20 minutes or so, it would beep, and the car would read like it would flash on a screen. Would you like to take a break? And every time, Justin, in the same voice, he would stop talking. He would go, "Would you like to take a break?" And he would ask me that every time it beeped. And that's what I'm having flashbacks to that with this Ed business.
No, I'm gonna name this episode Marty parentheses Ed.
Ed. Yeah, that's good. But okay. Do we need to go back again to get the proper context?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
I don't think there's nothing could help us.
What is the chat thinking right now? By the time we get, form your thoughts, folks. And by the time we get to day job view, I want to know what people think this means.
All right, I'll go back a little bit then.
Okay.
Everyone, get your thinking caps on.
Yeah, please.
Let's do this.
And this feeling that I don't know what to do with because I thought it was a great idea until Marty thought it was a good idea also.
Ed.
So I had to come up with a word for this feeling. So I did. Grande de mauvais allié. It's French.
Like deja vu. What?
Like deja vu. Here's the thing: we're never gonna get. We can't listen to more and get the answer to that because it's one of the jokes on the screen.
I think I got it, and I think you were onto something.
Okay.
He was calling Marty, Ed, stupid, and he said it was a French word, like deja vu, deja vu.
Deja vu.
Oh, I came. Now I'm saying what he said.
Like
deja vu.
Yeah.
I think that's the joke.
But hold on though. Marty has not been accused. You're not getting off that easy, Buster. Marty has not been accused of mispronouncing or misspelling.
He's being accused of being stupid, though, and doesn't know what literally means.
Yes, but you see, he's using literally wrong. He's not
He's
writing
spelling deja vu wrong, like deja vu. Hmm?
Yeah, yes, but what I'm saying is Marty has not been accused of spelling literally wrong. You see?
Funny story. My middle name, Martin. Ed.
And no one would spell, not right now. Not for your own selfish indulgences. This is serious business here.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm imagining like your box eating dad is in front of a chalkboard, like trying to solve this with us. No one would pronounce. You see, Marty's stupid. Marty's a fucking moron. This guy.
Correct.
You wouldn't spell Job, J-O-B, if you're dumb. You see?
Deja vu, deja vu.
Don't just say it back at me.
I'm trying to get in the head of GD.
No one would write job as a misspell for Ja. That wouldn't be the easier way to spell it.
A girl with significant vocal fry might. Hmm? I got
Marty. We're talking about.
I got a new jaw.
They job, yeah. You're.
I think I'm onto something.
I think it's possible. What does the chat think? Do we have any theories?
Okay, GD Fenderson made up a new French word, a French term, but pronounced it wrong because he doesn't speak French. So the subtitles mispronounced a common French phrase.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like that.
That's what I was saying.
No. No, you said Marty is misspelling it because he's a fucking moron.
But the text is GD. It always has been.
Right.
We're always coming back to the same conclusion.
I don't think that's what you were saying, but I think that person is correct.
That's what I was saying.
Now, guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the chat. Is that what Craig was saying? Let me know.
All right, let me say what I was saying and tell me if it's the same thing.
Okay. All right.
Or we're all around the same thing. He's spelling it phonetically, essentially, as an idiot.
No. So that is what you were saying, and I think that's incorrect.
Oh.
I think what this person is saying
Mhm.
is GD's French is so bad. This has nothing to do with Marty.
I thought that was the given, though. Like, we get it. The French is terrible. That could have been my mistake, though.
It was your mistake, I think.
Okay.
I don't know that we've cracked it, but that's a good theory. Day job view.
Well, you had deja vu right off the bat. You were in his head instantly. You go on that Coffee and the Dog show, whatever the fuck it's called. It'd be like, first thing out of your mouth, be like, I got the deja vu joke.
I think, but I could be wrong too.
It's the only thing that makes a modicum of sense.
Day job. It's a day job view. Your view from your day job.
View from your desk.
Is it possible he explains it if we keep playing?
No,
I don't think so either. But I think we have to. I think we have to accept that, unless there's any other good theories in the chat, which I think can't be.
Great idea, bad ally. Grande idée, mauvais allié. Now, the reason why I chose
There's no subtitle on that one?
French makes everything sound so much better, much more sophisticated. If I were to say, j'ai une érection coutonné sur ma face, it sounds nice. You could almost like peel a woman's panties off with that.
It actually sounds like fake French, if I'm being honest. But
J'ai une érection coutonné sur ma face. It means I have a bump on my ass. Or combien pour quel long? It sounds reasonable. Combien pour quel long? It means how much for that one?
Oh my God!
I was sort of underwhelming after the bump on my ass.
Because it sounds so nice and innocent. Combien pour quel long?
The fuck was that?
What's happening?
Merci beaucoup.
He went back to factory settings.
I did Google that, and that's literally how it happened.
If we showed, speaking of factories, if we showed this to Michael Richards, and said you go back in time, and you either do the same set at the Laugh Factory, or you do this for 2 hours. What do you think he's thinking?
He's not changing a thing because that season of Curb was perfect.
That's true. Yeah, right. All right. I think you're probably right.
And I also use French
because
we've already using so much French now in our language. It's part of our lexicon.
Because he did the clicking.
Yep.
He said, it's okay, I'm 57% Bantu. Which I think is one of those tribes.
Yeah.
So my joke was accurate.
No, I figured that's what it was, but no one perceived it as racist. It was just confusing.
Yes, it was. Like all of a sudden this guy comes out of nowhere.
He's malfunctioning.
And I also use French because we've already using so much French in our language. It's part of our lexicon. If I were to say c'est la vie, everybody knows that's life.
Deja vu.
I'll say c'est la guerre. Everybody knows that's war.
No one knows that.
If I said voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? See, everybody knows Netflix and chill.
What?
But you can't have my password.
What is that? I know what that means, but who's asking for your password?
The person he's going to Netflix and chill with.
Was this a big thing in 2016? Like that people were stealing passwords from comedians?
Was Netflix and chill a phrase back then?
Oh, yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
But it also has to be French because the English language is ruined. I mean, I grew up
proving that
with
left and right.
sentences and adages and sayings. But now everybody is LOL, SMH, THOT, eggplant winky face.
I don't know what any of that
And
means.
sentences have lost.
People don't say that out loud. Like that's not the spoken word.
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. Burb.
You'd be thrown out of society if you spoke like that.
Yes. People will say LOL, but that's usually mocking you for a terrible joke.
Right.
I grew up with a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Now they say, what? One in the stink, two in the pink?
No, that's not a replacement for.
Now.
Why is this getting left? Stop it!
Wait, maybe it is.
All of you, stop it!
Bird in the hand. Bird is common slang for dick in other countries.
No, you're working too hard.
Something in the bush.
You're working too hard. Take a
No.
break.
No. I'm trying to get in this guy's brain, and it's difficult.
Two in the pink, one in the stink. Like that's a life lesson we teach kids.
Did he say two in the stink? Someone in the chat said that.
Other way. Oh, well, let's hear it. Let's hear it again.
God damn it, GD.
Let's see how GD gets down.
One in the stink, two in the pink.
Wow. He said it backwards.
Yeah.
Now,
someone really liked that. One guy in particular.
Someone that was probably older than him.
And if you're a clever wordsmith or a cunning linguist, you could probably substitute two in the bush for two in the pink.
I'm a linguist.
Yeah, but
he wrote timeout. On the screen it says 2 fingers for a second opinion.
Why?
I don't know.
2 fingers for a second opinion. What does that mean now?
It's probably just a finger joke. I don't think there's much to this one.
It's very tricky, this guy.
I grew up with a penny saved is a penny earned.
Okay, hold on. Let me guess. Let me try and.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
Penny saved is a penny earned.
Now they have bite the pillow, you slut.
I was gonna say like 2 girls, 1 cup or something.
Ooh. 2 pennies, 1 change cup.
That would be wild if that's what he says next. But all right.
See, now they say, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
You can say the N-word. You can say the N-word, GD.
Grammar aside, what are we teaching our children?
Well, you got to remember. Here's what you got to remember, though. We don't mention this enough when we talk about GD. This special came out in like 2016, 2017. So this was only 10 years after that song was a hit.
That's
true.
true.
It was only a decade since that song was popular.
That's true.
That pennies don't matter, that brown change doesn't matter.
You know, they're getting rid of the penny, GD.
They are, actually.
He's going to be crying racism.
All change matters.
We're proving it doesn't.
Oh,
Nickel, please.
Oh boy.
Hey, it's crushing.
You want to know what he said?
What?
My favorite punchline ever, he wrote.
Really? It's a throwaway joke I've heard Mark Normand make on 7,000 podcasts.
No kidding.
It's like it's not an original
No,
thing.
no, it's not.
Nickel, please.
Whoa, don't say that.
I enunciated.
Sure you did.
I grew up with kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, we did that, didn't we?
This is gonna be racist one.
Didn't we do that? Oh no, it was a bird in the hand is two in the bush.
Yeah, bird in your ass is a great day at grandma's or whatever he's gonna say.
I think
you're a fan, aren't you? You've heard this already.
Two girls, one cup.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Now, to be honest, I
swear I have not watched this. I'm
Wow.
just thinking like the master.
See, I can't get in his head like you can.
Two girls, one
People
cup.
have tried to show it to me.
But that's not a phrase.
It's a video.
It's a very specific thing.
Yeah. I'm not reading that one. He wrote, couple nickels stole my ... Blah, blah, blah. You made me do it.
See it, I have to change my joke. So I refuse to watch that video. So in my mind, it is still a treatise on economics and the point of diminishing returns.
What?
In my mind. I could be wrong. I've never seen the video.
Still haven't.
What the Oh, the two girls, one cup.
Yeah.
That's the joke, is I still haven't?
That's what he wrote.
He just said he hasn't.
Still hasn't.
No, I got it.
He still has it. What more do you want from me?
I think I've hit my. I think we got to stop. I think I just hit my limit. I think we're good for the day.
Oh, yeah. Let me.
My brain hurts. Take note of where we are. You know what? Solid day's work, buddy. We'll get back. We'll come back to the salt mines next week.
Yeah, everyone, if you need a palate cleanser, Catch 22 is happening right after this show. So go watch it.
Yeah. We did all we could do today, I think. Go watch Catch 22 with Electra and HACKRIDE. Support
Ed.
those. I'm sorry?
You said names, so I said Ed.
Okay. That's fun. Go support them and go listen to Very Good Show. Check that out, verygoodshow.org.
Sure.
Support Craig.
Yeah.
Stick it to Casey Day by subscribing to Craig on all platforms and support this program. Oh, no, I forget. Very Good Show is not on YouTube. Why is that again?
Bad boys, dude.
Because you're so extreme. You don't want to piss everyone off.
That's right.
But we are on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. We appreciate you guys. The more you do that, the more it helps new people find the show. And do it on all our videos. What do you say? Go back to the archives of Why You Laughing.
Come on.
Yeah, the archives of Blind Mike Project. And become a member on Patreon or YouTube for early access and bonus content. The only Why You Laughing you're going to get for the next couple months is members only. So keep that in mind. Subscribe, baby. And I think that's it. We'll talk to you guys next time. Oh, wait. Send us out with a little Kevin Harlan before we hit the outro.
Of course you did that. Hold on.
Why? What's wrong?
I closed it. Hold on. I can get it. I can get it.
All right.
I can do this. I'm a winner.
Very good. We'll all wait patiently.
You know, wait patiently. This is the Why You Laughing clips. Hold on.
How is he in there? How are you in there?
Click the wrong thing. Here we go.
Stuff all over the place, and here comes Brunson again.
I think that's it.
You're right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty. Oh my!
Was it worth it? I don't know, but we heard it one more time. Goodbye, everybody.
And we have a mean transition.
If you don't think that I've been hilarious this morning, I have news. This show is not for you. and we should lovingly part ways.
Hey, it's Boogie. Sappers clear the way. Everyone all the way.
Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you listen in, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon. I am proud to own the Trumpy bear, and I will always be proud to be an American. Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
there's no cum on my mic.
Rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that? I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it.
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right.
Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Was that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please? If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing's bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America. I'm wet. I'm dirty.